Go, go, Gadget Winkle. Hello and welcome to Season 2 of Not 40 Just Blank, a podcast where we continue to take you back in time through the years and discuss all the weird and wonderful events within it, which make it so memorable for us. Each episode will find us chatting through the events, TV, news, sports, film and music of a single year, as well as the odd, funny and personal stuff that we can remember. So come and join us on our latest journey as we plough through the noughties, right here on Not 40 Just Blank. Weep for yourself, my man, you'll never be what is in your heart. Weep, little lion man, you're not as brave as you were at the start. And sadly, it might be time for a collective weep now, Blankers, because it's the final episode of the decade. That's right, folks. Yeah, play that music in really softly, Del. That's right, folks. We're here to talk all things 2009 on this episode of Not 40 Just Blank. So, here for the last time this decade, performing for your pleasure, it's Philly Cyrus and it's Jason Derulo.
Oh, yes,
Good
nice.
evening. I really am struggling to get
Jason
all those
Derulo.
goddamn punny names out. So,
I didn't even know Derulo was he mixing it in?
Jason Derulo, yeah, he was there. He was knocking
2009.
around.
Nice.
So,
Am I meant to be Billy Cyrus
I was going with
Miley Cyrus?
It could be either. I was like Filey Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus.
Quite scanned, but it's as close as I can get without.
That's pretty
going
good.
back to
I
the
like
old
it.
one.
Like it.
Thanks. So,
I'll take Miley.
you take it. I bet you would.
Yeah.
Right, before we get ourselves into all manner of sexual
was she legal
deviancy.
then? She wasn't the Hannah Montana,
Wrecking
was she?
Ball? Was that around then? When was Wrecking Ball?
You know what? I reckon it was in the teenies somewhere, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah. Don't know.
Right.
Let's concentrate
Yeah, I
on
reckon
2009.
Yeah,
in
it
that
could
case.
get weird.
Right, last time, boys. Are you ready?
She's still Hannah Montana.
That'd be weird.
I've got to try and steer you away from the clearly underage Hannah Montana. So, Del,
Yes.
tell us some stuff that was happening and legal in 2009.
In 2009, I'm going to tell you about some stuff, but I left off quite an interesting one from last episode, actually, in 2008.
Oh, you did allude to something. You said you had a memory, didn't you?
Yeah, the memory that I actually forgot about. It was part of the ones we talked about, but it was I actually got electrocuted in.
Oh, God, yeah.
I can't forget. Yeah.
Oh, in France.
In France, yeah.
Oh, it was one of the greatest things that's ever happened.
Do you remember that?
I honestly, I still think about it sometimes, and I properly chuckle to myself. Like,
On what?
was
What
like-
did you get electrocuted on then?
So we were on a
Golf. We was playing,
it
we
was backed onto a
like pitch and
golf
putt, wasn't
course,
it? Yeah.
And you know how they obviously keep out the local animals.
Keep out the locals.
They'll keep out the locals and the animals. So we've mentioned that there was a deer incident, obviously, and various other bits and pieces. But yeah, so they keep out cows and stuff. And to do that, you've got to have quite a high voltage electric fence. So as we're wandering around playing golf, Del walks over to the fence and gives it.
No, I didn't. That's the thing. Gav did.
Oh, it was.
Yes.
Go on, Del. Go on.
No, that's the thing. No, I'll let you carry on, but I'll just go. Gav, first of all, hit his ball out of bounds.
That's right.
Went over, touched the fence.
Jesus, bugger that.
Got electric shot there.
Yeah. And then, obviously, someone didn't quite believe how strong it was, so wanted to test it out for themselves. So, it's, you know the kind of tap, 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 tap.
Yeah.
There's nothing of it. So he's grabbed hold of it, and his body has convulsed so much.
Literally.
Like
'Cause
he's
it was
been
raining
thrown
as
around.
well, wasn't
yeah.
it?
So he's been conducted
Yeah.
really strongly.
It was like, I was like, yes, what are you talking about? And then I grabbed it, and then literally, I remember like a charge going through my body and went smack in the middle of my chest. I just thought, I was like, I thought it was dead.
Yeah.
Like, but
It was
obviously-
amazing. So he's let go, stumbled, and he's grabbed the fucking fence again. It was one of the
To
best
keep his
things.
balance.
Yeah, it's just like
It was one of the best things that I've ever seen. Oh,
you got to go for a second helping, haven't you?
loved it. It was really good. It was like, don't stumble.
Well, I was hoping, like, you know, in like superhero films where they suddenly find out why
Yeah.
there was like what their power is going to be, and it's normally
This
from
was
what
like
could
your
have destroyed
origin
them. Yeah,
moment.
I thought
Yeah.
I could have been like Electro Boy or something like that. Or,
Yours sounds more like Mr. Bean than fucking
Yeah.
superhero.
It was so funny.
Don't say that to me. Don't say that to me. But that was the 2008 one.
Oh,
Going
glad you
into
remember that.
2009, That was the year I got married, so obviously I mentioned that. Growing up Dell, but also has stag do, and
Yes.
I had it in Manchester, mad for it, and yeah, it's a great time. But because I used to obviously get a lot of people. People were like rubbing their hands for revenge, and sort of like, yeah, that's what happens generally, and you got to take it. And
you pay it out.
Started off quite sort of tame-ish, wasn't it?
Wasn't it to begin with?
Yeah, first time I think I was dressed as a cat, wasn't I, with fishnet stockings, all that sort of stuff.
You looked hot.
And I had to dance, didn't I? Every time people's ringtones went on, I had to dance. So it started off quite tame.
Yeah.
But
we realised that you can't really be embarrassed by that. So
it was like the second day, it's got the edge to
bit. Yeah.
Then we went for a lovely bit of go-karting. You obviously managed to keep your clothes on. I wasn't allowed to, and then obviously my clothes that I did have on were then thrown in horse manure. Also, I remember.
Oh, yeah. But the best karting naked.
Well, yeah. Well, this is the best bit because it is meant to be the stag and the best man. The best man was Gav, obviously. Gav didn't want to know, didn't want to get naked.
He wasn't having it.
Hang on, didn't you
to the rescue?
Didn't you get paintball on his one?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
No,
he didn't repay the favour, but help is in hand. Mr. Nolan, without batting an eyelid, put his hands up.
I'll do it. You don't have to, Paul.
Friend of the show, Pinos. Yeah. Literally, Pinos. Because it was like freezing cold April, and I think I had a Pinos as well.
Up north in April,
in Wigan, in a field. Yeah, oh my God, that was so cold.
But yeah, he volunteered very quickly.
Very quickly, yeah. It wasn't even hesitation, and it was just, So every... for the list, if you're naked in a go-kart at some point, or a grass cart that we was in, bumping up and down.
It was great, wasn't it? Yeah. Was that when we did little hovercrafts as well?
We did the hovercrafts as well. We did the karting. That was cool. Actually, and I think and that was the day. I think I remember. I wasn't allowed to have my own clothes. So you walked me into Manchester town centre or city centre, whatever. And then you all went into, I think it was like a Primark or somewhere like that, a C&A or whatever, and chose me a lovely outfit of slippers, hot pants, a crop top, and goggles.
Well, when you've got legs like that, Dale, you need
you have to show them off. Well, so much so that when I was walking down the road, there was actually women with their children in their pram, like walking away from me because I looked like a sex offender. I looked like a proper sort of like
this guy's a wrong 'un.
Proper wrong 'un. And then it got even worse. You get me to do all different things. You put me on one of them, like one of them children's machines where you put like the money in, like you put a pound in, like a Peppa Pig thing.
Outside like supermarkets.
Yeah, like Postman Pat.
This is brilliant because these fuckers put me on there.
6'3" man
on here, hot pants, rocking back and forth,
having a great time,
looking like quite special, and they were like pointing at me and laughing. And then I looked over in the corner. There were guys about to beat the shit out of them because they actually thought I was. They thought I was like. They thought I was mentally retarded. So they thought, well, these guys are like bang out of order. Why are they picking? So it's lucky they didn't get a beating for obvious reasons. Also, remember. Standout things was the chili you got me to eat.
Well, you're just eating it again.
You got me to eat all the different chilies.
That's right. Yeah, we all
5 different chilies. I can only wash it down with either chili chocolate. Chili chocolate and a fridge milkshake with chilies inside it.
That's right.
So literally, my mouth was on fire, and I remember I remember trying to. I did it all, but I think I tried to make you guys to feel bad for some reason, but it backfired because I thought I'd just pretend to faint. But I actually fell onto a glass table, didn't I? I fell backwards onto the glass table. So it's all ridiculous.
Fell onto an electric fence.
Yeah. Might as well.
Thank God he had his goggles on.
Electro boy, there we go. And then the other thing is Lucky Voices, Chaos calls in. I remember we were singing like, what's the Crystal Palace theme tune? The
Super Eagles.
Hi
Ho Silver Lining.
No, it's like doom. Glad All Over. That's it.
Is that this? All right.
I remember singing Glad All Over. Then for some reason,
no affinity for Crystal Palace whatsoever.
I know. Sorry, but it's just that's what stuck into my head. People shaking up beer. Bottles, it all going over the booth. Then they were after us, and I remember like 3 of us were going like army crawls behind a ceramic cheetah. just like to sort of like get away from the owners because it was a Sunday and it was absolutely dead, wasn't it?
It was quiet, wasn't it?
Followed by pub golf, where I think you guys, was it you and Oakley, the gym, or you and Gav and Oakley that almost hospitalised each other playing pub golf?
It was Oakley and Gav.
I think it was them just going.
Jim was asleep.
Well, no, they
That's a lovely
like
stuff.
everyone else sort of like I think sort of like greened out a little bit, especially Brownie because he was in a restaurant again. Like this is 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He just vommed over, tried to go up the stairs of this like restaurant
To the toilet,
bar. And it was so horrible. All this sick was dripping in between the stairs because obviously the stairs with the gaps in. That was grim. And then and I just always remember you boys almost hospitalising each other.
Alcohol was not a good thing, was it?
Not good.
Not if you
Pub
can't
golf.
handle it anyway.
Yes. So, but yeah, that was it really. And the only other memory I got.
I like that. Just glossing over it. That was it, really. I've vomited downstairs and I electrocuted myself twice.
What I got is from you, Jimmy. If I say the tortoise and the hare, does that ring anything? Does that ring any bells?
I don't have a tortoise and I no longer have hair, so I'm...
well, if I say London to Brighton bike ride.
Yes. Is that when we did our charitable bike ride?
We did a charitable bike ride, but it started off, didn't it? Because it's for charity and everything like that. It was like, boys, we're just going to have fun, aren't we? And everyone's like,
stick together.
Stick together.
We'll all do it together. Of course we will.
Soon as that whistle or whatever klaxon went off, it was like, fuck this. We're going,
we're going mental.
But
all out to win.
All out to win, wasn't it? But you stuck along to the game, didn't you?
Whatever that means.
Steady pace.
Yeah, man.
Well, this is it. Sort of people came and went, and then there was big hill climbs that you managed to do somehow on the world's worst bike.
Yeah, like
you got up.
Like 4 people have had heart attacks on. I managed to get up there. Thinking,
you managed to get up there. We were all walking ours up there, so it was kind of. Yeah, we all very much ebbed and flowed, and sort of some of us led and some of us didn't. And then towards the end, I think I found myself a bit ahead.
Yeah.
And then they were all shouting at me, Jim, wait for us, we'll all cross the line together. And okay. So I wait for them and they all went bombing past me to overtake me on the line. Absolute heartbreak.
Yeah, man.
Last time I do anything nice to that bunch.
Exactly.
Absolute wrong-uns.
It's just for charity as
it's
well.
All for
disgraceful.
Charity. All for charity, guys.
Well, yeah, that's it for me, Phil.
Yeah, so good fun.
Phil,
I've got a couple.
Phil.
Okay.
You've got some.
I think this was similar to last time, but I was on a completely different wavelength to you all because then I was having my second child.
He's done it again.
Yeah, so you lot were all having fun.
And
I think I was stuck indoors.
Oh,
bloody
sounds delightful.
You sound like
bloody Missy's having
you sound
another
like Rapunzel or something like that. Being locked
having
in
a
a tub.
bloody another one. She was.
Outrageous.
So Amber was born on May 2009.
Second
one.
child. Lovely.
Second girl.
And I've got a funny
story
story about this one actually. So, she, obviously Claire had given birth. So this one was a C-section. So it's a bit more planned. You could plan a bit better with C-section, can't you? You know when it's coming.
Yeah, of course.
Like, you plan around. So she'd had Amber was born, and I remember her being born, and Claire had actually lost a lot of blood while doing this. So she was actually quite ill and had to stitch her all up. And I remember while she's being stitched up, and it was really bad. Like I'm having a photo shoot with the new baby in there.
A photo shoot?
Yeah, and I see like all the
like Derek Zoolander.
The nurse is like, let's have a photo. So like poor Claire's being stitched up and that, and I'm like, she's having a photo
doing
shoot,
slow
the baby and that.
Doing blue still.
It was weird. Anyway, that night I remember I think like we did the first one, went to the brush.
Yeah.
Claire obviously had to stay in hospital with the baby, so I thought I'll go and wet the baby's head.
Straight.
Yeah, so obviously.
Yeah, so we did that.
What you
as you do, you lot got me fucking hammered. I remember coming home, being sick. And I obviously fell asleep. I got a missed call, like loads of missed calls, Claire, because I meant to be going back to the hospital. So I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't have done, but I drove to the hospital. I mean, I'm still over the limit here. I shouldn't have gone there. Going to the hospital, and she's in this like.
Should be wearing the same shirt.
Yeah,
she was in this like side room,
where she's recovering.
Ensuite, yeah. So I walk in, and she's like having a go at me. Where you been? I'm trying to like
style
pretend
it out.
I'm fine. Yeah, and I'm like trying not to be sick, and so I'm like, yeah. And then I'm just gonna go to the toilet, so I'll close the door. And I'm trying to be sick silently.
It's very tricky.
look, she's like, you all right?
All emotional
Yeah.
love.
Are you being sick in there? No, you were drunk, weren't you? Like, and then we're having a big argument. She's like,
really?
security, and I'm, it was so.
What did you say? She pressed for security?
No, but the security came in because we were having a bit of an argument, and they're like, you just feel, fuck, So yeah, I mean, to be fair, I shouldn't. But it's where if I don't turn up,
Yeah.
my life's going to be hell. So I thought I was going to turn up. I shouldn't have turned up.
Best endeavours.
Well, I shouldn't have.
Terrible idea.
Yeah, I'm trying to be sick quietly is impossible.
I'm trying to do silent vomiting.
Yeah. So I got that story, which she always likes to remind me of now and again.
Very nice.
So I thought I would share it, so she can't.
As she should. She's no longer got the power.
No. So
it's
take
out
that out of her
there.
hands.
Yes.
So that's my only memory of 2009.
Wow.
I'm sure there was other stuff.
Hell of a year.
Yeah.
Lots
Cool.
going on, it turns
Nice,
out.
yeah.
Mainly vomit based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick drunkards.
Sick drunkards.
Drunken buffoons.
That's exactly
I
what it
remember,
is.
I remember your
Yobbos.
wedding now as well. And one thing, do you remember Gentle and that other bloke having a air guitar off?
Air guitar off, yes.
Oh, that was so funny.
Actually, saying that, sorry, tell what you're going to say, Phil.
Just at your wedding, I just remember the wedding. They look the same because people that don't know, Gentle's got
I know
he's
you
got
mean,
like long hair, like curly hair, hasn't he? And
Like
they
a perm
looked similar.
Jesus.
And this other guy looked exactly. It was like
mirror.
a face off with each other. Like it was a bit like face off the
Gentle,
film.
yeah.
And they were both just air guitar.
to hell.
And it was so funny. I remember just like.
It's a bit, actually, I forgot to mention about Gentle because Gentle.
He
He
also
couldn't
part of
make
the-
it out on the Friday to the stag
On
do,
your
so
stag,
he
yeah.
come up. Bless him, he's sweetheart. He come up on the Saturday. I don't know why I called him sweetheart.
Quick
sweetheart.
little
Absolute
sweetheart.
sweetheart
But,
he was.
um,
But yeah, quick turnaround.
But he come up about say lunchtime. We was already out, and then when he come up, we met him in a bar in whatever it was in Manchester, Printworks or whatever. And then while we was there, we decided we was playing a drinking game, wasn't we?
Yeah.
Do you remember the drinking game?
It was clear shots, wasn't it?
Clear
Hundreds and hundreds of
shots.
clear shots on a tray.
You had to stand up. Was it? You couldn't stop dancing even though there was no music
That's
being
right.
played.
Yeah, it was all forfeits basically.
You wasn't
it? So
allowed
the
to
tray-
touch your face, point.
You couldn't point. You couldn't drink with the right hand or
That's
something.
right.
It was all. There was about
Always
3 or 4 different things on the go, weren't there?
So you had to keep your wits about you.
And every time you did something, you had to do a shot. And there were a lot of clear liquid alcohol. So I think it was vodka, gin,
Yeah.
rum, and something
And there's
else.
a few
tequila.
waters thrown
and a
in,
few
wasn't
waters
there? Yeah.
sprinkled in. So you never knew what you were going to get. But Gentle did not fare well
No.
in the game. It was like everything he did
He literally-
was a thing. So he'd drink with the wrong hand. And then he'd point at someone else that was drinking, but with the right hand. But because he'd pointed, that
Yeah.
was a second shot.
And then when you called him out, he'd touch his face.
And then he'd touch his face and go, oh no. So
He
he's
was
like,
like-
that's 3 in a row. And he'd always get alcohol. Wouldn't he? He
Yeah.
never found a water. So within an hour, he was
out.
absolutely spangled, wasn't he?
He was back in a hotel, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I thought, didn't he
literally-
go back home? I thought he went back home.
He basically came up, he did an hour of drinking with us, went back to the
Yeah.
room, slept that day, went back the following morning, but drank and played the pub golf on the train on the way home
train
on his own.
Yeah.
Ah,
So
that's
he
it,
was
yeah.
drinking heavily.
Yeah. So
He was
it's like-
smashed on his own on a train on the way home, love.
Yes.
What a sweetheart.
What a sweetheart.
What an
There you go.
absolute sweetheart.
Yeah, there's another weird thing as well. We can skip on this or we can edit it. But it was just-
Listeners, prepare for a swift cut.
There was someone's family member who they knew, not directly family member, but when we was in the hotel, someone would put on a certain type of adult video and got a shock to find that one of their family members, so to speak,
by
was
marriage.
was
type thing.
was starring in
this film.
This film,
that was quite a
which was
surprise.
a bit of a like, okay,
Oh, so
yeah.
that's what they're doing now. That'll be an interesting
Yeah,
Christmas dinner.
so I think we'll leave it there.
Well, no names mentioned. No names mentioned.
No, so.
Wow, big year it turns out.
year.
It was an Avatar.
No, yeah, it was. Yes.
No. Oh, what a
Julie Goodyear.
Well, it was a great year, especially when we found that. Well,
out for the
Phil's audio diary. Evening blankers. It's the 17th of March. On the way to the studio soon, doing a podcast this evening with the boys. Got a special guest on tonight. Should be a good one. Looking forward to this one tonight. And I've done the boys a little treat as well. I've made some of my sourdough for them to take into the studio for them. So I'll do that. So looking forward to see how they respond to that. So it should be a good one. I'll keep you posted. I'll let you know what the outcome was. Take care. Bye.
Shall we move on to what was actually hitting the news for the population at large? Yes, that's a big 10-4 from Mr. Reynolds.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start you off in that case with sad news. Sad news from 2009.
Don't start with sad news.
Yeah, Woolworths stops trading after 100 or more years. Pick a mix.
I was going to say, I love
gone
the pick a
forever.
mix. Love the Woolworths pick a mix.
Oh no!
There's very few places that you could get pick a mix at that point.
Loved it.
That was reasonably priced. You couldn't go to cinemas to get your pick a mix.
No, you got Poundland now, no.
Poundland, exactly. But yeah, Woolies stopped trading.
And they did that. They did that great, like a cup for £1. You just crammed it all in.
Yeah, squish it all down, and they just keep putting more and more in. There was ways to beat the system.
Yeah, that was great as well because they actually stuck to their pick and mix, didn't they? Because you go to the cinema, they boost it up. It's like ridiculous prices, but that was
a flat rate pick and mix.
Yeah, it had everything though: CDs, DVDs.
What in the pick and mix?
yeah.
Them great jelly CDs.
Yeah, STDs, bogies. They had it all in the pick and mix.
Mum, I got a flying saucer stuck to my Bon Jovi help.
Get down Woolies, love. But yeah, they would literally supply anything. I can't understand how they went out of business when it supplied everything. But it did, so sad news.
Cocaine, heroin.
They did it all, Del. On a 2-for-1 as well. And then other sad news. Joe Calzaghe retired from boxing.
Give us some lighter news.
And started the acting challenge on All Good Podcast.
Yeah.
So,
was it 2009 he retired?
2009 he retired.
Unbeaten as well, wasn't he?
Unbeaten,
I think really 2009, oh wow.
Time catches up with us all, unfortunately. What else have we got? Reynolds, what did you find out about the news?
I've got some lighter news. Worst wildfires in Australian history.
Oh, wow.
Lighter news. Oh, we don't mention lighters.
I was going to say lighters,
yeah. That's a problem.
Amanda Knox convicted of killing. I don't know why I'm laughing at that, but it's just lighter news. Yeah, she was convicted of killing a fellow student, wasn't it?
Didn't it?
Yeah, I think it was about 5 years earlier, wasn't it?
Kept appealing against it, and they were in an Italian jail or something, weren't they?
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, it was an Italian. In Italian court, she was convicted.
Wow, keeping it.
Michael Jackson dies at 50.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah.
And I always remember this because I remember earlier that day, Mia Farrow died as well.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
And then I always remember thinking, Mia, she's
been overshadowed by the king of child sex offence. King of pop. Sorry, I was getting that too mixed up.
But yeah, so...
Yeah, that was huge.
And I always remember that day as well, and EastEnders was on. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember watching it. And they actually clearly got actors in that day to
pick up on
put in a storyline about Michael Jackson dying. So like, I can't remember what. Oh, do you hear about Michael Jackson? It was just what the fuck is going on here? Yeah. Then it was like that day.
It's a sex offender.
Yeah, but it was like they must have just called actors in and said, "Look, we've got to quickly put this storyline about Michael Jackson dying." Yeah. It was just bizarre.
Keep your front of mind.
There's an awful punchline popped into my head. Still like blaming it on the boogie. I can't remember the actual joke. But I can't.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember
these doctors.
Yeah,
I've got some more deaths though.
Please,
let's keep it really upbeat, Phil. Go on.
Come on, hit us with that.
Did I say Mia Farrow died? Sorry, I got it right. It was Farrah Fawcett died on Mia Farrow is still alive.
Oh,
okay.
Good news for the Farrow family, but Farrah Fawcett.
Patrick Swayze.
Pete Swayze, eh?
Swayze died.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Brittany Murphy. John Hughes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. And this one I didn't know died, but this one just caught my eye because it was the way in which it said that he died, and I want you to guess that it's David Carradine from the Kill Bill Kung Fu.
Oh, yeah, was there a 5-finger?
Do you remember why? Do you remember his reason of death?
This is
what I got off the internet.
Didn't he?
I mean, he's 72 years old.
Yeah.
It was erotic asphyxiation.
Oh, really? Well, a bit like Hutchinson.
Yeah.
So what is that? So is that being
I don't remember that at all.
You strangle yourself at the point of
what? Oh, the
finishing
vinegar stroke
to increase your pleasure.
Wow.
I can't remember him dying, but I didn't know that was the reason. I come across it, I was like, really?
Oh, you came
Oh,
across
dear.
that?
At 72.
Mucky
At
soft.
72. Wow, God.
Wow,
Yeah.
still getting his jollies.
Yeah,
But in some way that gives us hope. He was,
Yeah, absolutely.
We've still got a few years of feeling like that.
Oh, I thought you meant, before we try asphyxiation.
Why not?
Yeah,
I'm going to go home and try it tonight.
Yeah, you go.
We'll report
I might be
on-
back next for the
Yeah,
next pod.
We'll report
that-
back on if Phil makes it through the night. Del, did you have any other news that cropped
I
up?
haven't got any normal news. I've got, no.
In that case,
Yeah.
we'll hold off for your
Okay.
your,
I'm
your, your section. And I'll rattle through some other bits and bobs because there wasn't an awful lot aside from swine flu sweeping the nation.
Yeah.
Swine.
So, number one question:
Yeah.
who's been fucking all the pigs?
Exactly.
Bit of a
Oh,
question.
who's fucked all the pigs?
David Cameron.
David Cameron,
He
he's
fucked
fucked
all
all
the
the
pigs, apparently.
David Carradine.
Well, no,
Asphyxiation,
he was-
yeah. Maybe, yeah.
He
Maybe
was
it's a David thing.
He was
Yeah.
a dirty porker.
David-
He had like pig's head in his mouth.
If you called,
Maybe he had an apple in there.
Yeah.
Stop breathing.
Maybe it was,
yeah.
like,
Dangerous
acting out.
David Day, where you just do asphyxiation, fuck a pig, and then you just.
And
So
then-
if you go home, you go home.
Russian roulette.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, if
Apple
you make
in
it,
his
you make it.
mouth. Thing up his arse and spinning on a.
What?
Spinning on a.
On
Was
a
you
ro-
thinking of a banana?
On a rotisserie kind of thing, looking like a suckling
Yeah, that's what I
pig.
was thinking.
Oh,
But that's David
man.
Cameron, David Carradine. Lovely. Speaking of our MPs, their expenses claims were brought under the spotlight. Do you remember that? That ridiculous.
Was it
yeah,
it was about ducks or something?
Exactly. I've got 5 or 6 of the oddest things that MPs claimed for.
Really? Oh, brilliant.
So, one MP claimed for a load of manure for their garden.
Of course
they claimed
they did.
nearly £400 worth of cow shit.
Wow. Excellent.
One claimed for roof repairs to their bell tower. Claiming
bell tower?
nearly
What
£21,000.
century do they live in?
Exactly. Who says they've got too much money?
Is that-
One claimed their mileage. Fair enough.
Okay.
They claimed 8 pence for a journey of 200 yards.
Fuck off.
Talk about being tight. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's-
Jesus.
that's sad.
One claimed for 3 garlic peelers. I mean, you can never have too many.
Wow.
That's what I say.
Wow, okay, yeah.
One claimed for a cup of Horlicks
Ooh,
at
really?
55p.
They're really. Wow.
And these are real
These are all real
like,
claims.
claim.
And one, you're right, claimed for a duck house
a
in
duck
their
house.
pond. Nearly 1,700 quid.
So,
You're like,
really?
and we're paying for this through our taxes. You're like, come on, guys, you're taking the piss now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. I don't know who I'm more annoyed at. The duck houses or the people that have gone like, was it 8p for
on a
bloody
mileage claim.
petrol?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Madness. But yeah, aside from that, I'm kind of into sports where Jenson Button becomes the world F1 champion.
Oh yeah, he
Another
did
British
that.
winner.
He did that year, didn't he? God, mate.
Man U won the Premier League again.
Oh.
Chelsea won the FA Cup again. And the last thing, it was the wettest November in the UK on record.
Wow.
Take that. Wallop. Weather news as well.
Yeah.
We've got it all. But what I really want to find out about is some weird news.
Weird
There was a man that could sort me out, Phil.
Your
Richard D?
fixations, right. Get your fix here, mister.
Weird news, please.
Get your fix here. Right. Weird news in 2009. There was a tantrum over a tauntaun. Does that mean anything to you?
Tonton, that was the driving thing, the sat nav, wasn't it? Tonton?
No,
was it?
Tom, that was right.
Oh, that's
No,
Tonton.
so tauntaun was Star Wars. Think Star Wars-y. Do you remember them?
the
Do you remember?
two-legged.
Yeah, in Empire Strikes Back, you know, where Luke sort of goes, he goes...
Cuts one open, doesn't he?
Yeah,
To-
hand
to
cuts one
shield-
open. and
right,
then-
yeah,
To
yeah.
shield from the snow.
So
yeah.
there was a company that did an April Fool's on Star Wars fans by saying...
you don't want to wind up Star Wars fans.
Well,
They
that's
are the
thing. But they said you
not
could get
forgiving.
a tauntaun sleeping bag. And
I
like these
want me one of
people,
them.
well, obviously Star Wars fans went nuts over it.
mental, yeah.
But they went nuts when they found out it wasn't a real thing. So much so that they made
Bastards.
such as like hurrah that the company actually were forced into making
Making
an
them.
actual real sort of.
But surely they would have made a load of money out of it anyway, wouldn't they?
Well, yeah. It's just like I
So
don't
was
know.
it
what-
just like fake guts coming out and stuff like that? They were just like,
well, you just had like the tauntaun. You don't see the guts, but
I
you
imagine
just get
it's
in
just the
like
head
the
of it,
sleeping
yeah.
bag. Yeah, just like what hand does when he slits it open. That's all it is. Just pretty simple,
Bad
but
shout.
pretty
We should make that.
pretty bizarre. But this one, woman bites off her husband's penis in a car crash.
So they were
This
in a
is like-
car crash and she decided to bite it off, or they were in the middle of biting it off and that's why he crashed the car.
So it wasn't in the middle of Bite It Off. They were in the middle of oral sex. She was performing oral sex on a parked car, and a truck came in from behind, smashed into the back of them, and she bit down as like a reflex, and his penis went bye-bye. See you.
Oh man, that is.
I mean, that must have been more injuries than that. I mean, she must have been injured as well.
I'd probably use his nuts as an airbag or something.
Tonsils must have been hurting after that.
I don't know.
What, on little Dave?
Yeah.
I don't want to go too graphic into, but I'm guessing it drained out quite quickly.
Yeah.
Just think of a fucking
I don't know,
lorry going
yes,
into the back of your vehicle.
That really does put a new twist on being rear-ended, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But that's kind of strange. Next one is a fake cop pulls over a real cop.
Oh,
So this
silly
is like
sausage.
Antonio Martinez. He basically converted his car with siren, lights, and loudspeakers, and then he pulled over car to, I think, basically to fake he was a police officer, get them to say they're going to pay for a fine.
Oh, okay.
And
so
then
it
just happened to be an undercover police car.
that is
he got,
unfortunate.
yeah.
What's this in Italy then?
Yeah, admirers in
No,
Denmark.
it's somewhere in South America. It's just a really poor Spanish.
Yeah, we leave the
Hispanic.
accents. Leave the accents.
Hispanic accent.
I think that's what he's doing there. He's subtly besmirching
Antonio
your accent still.
Martinez. Yeah.
he's
So
doing.
I'll let you decide. Man paid to impregnate his neighbour fails after the 72nd attempt
He keeps getting it wrong, does he?
because can you guess why?
Because he had a vasectomy.
So the German couple that couldn't conceive paid a neighbour £2,500 to impregnate his wife, only to find out that
way.
Yeah, the conventional way.
He's having sex with his neighbour's wife.
Basically.
Right.
So 72 times.
And they're paying him.
Yeah, paying him $2,500 for the privilege, only to find out that his neighbour was sterile as well.
And he knew it as well, right?
Yeah, so
he's taking the money and having sex with his neighbour's wife.
Yes, pretty much.
Hats off to the guy.
And the final.
Tip top idea.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't.
exactly. Yeah, it's bizarre. Final one I've got from me is man dumped his girlfriend. And she was so angry with him that she took his laptop into the police station because she thought he was into some dodgy dealings, only to find out it was even worse, that she found out that he's actually shagging her dog.
Wow.
So, yeah, there you go.
There's a way to find out.
Yes.
Phil
doesn't it?
She was
right, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Her gut feeling was absolutely bang on.
The brilliant thing about it, listeners, is I'm looking at Jim that looks utterly horrified, whereas I'm looking at Phil that looks like he's just okay.
I'm just thinking she was right. She
It's
was
like
right,
he's
wasn't
been
she?
told that Tottenham beat Leicester 2-1. He's like,
Yeah, it's like, fair enough. But that takes me out of the news and into the records.
Yay!
Jim versus Phil challenge.
Final one of the decade.
Game on.
Okay.
Yes, final one of the decade.
I think I won the last one, didn't I?
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
bit of arrogance. Oh,
Well, it's the
okay.
only one he has won.
I can't remember. Is that the only one, is it? Yeah,
I've got
okay.
to give him that.
Right. Okay, guys, to start you off. So who's going first? Are you going to do anything rock, paper, scissors, or are you going to do one,
rock,
2,
paper, scissors,
3?
shoot.
Oh,
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, this is fun.
Reynolds
So Phil
goes first.
Phil wins with a rock. So number one, what is the longest distance a person has cycled backwards with a violin?
Why did they use a
Cycled
bike?
backwards with a violin.
So they were cycling
What is the
backwards.
longest distance a person has cycled backwards with a violin?
So what, they just hold
Playing the
the violin?
violin, yeah.
Playing the violin, yes. On
So
a
they're
bike.
no-handed, riding backwards, playing a violin. And this is in miles?
It's in
presumably?
K.
Kilometres. Okay.
And you can get a bonus point for the duration. So if you tell me the distance in K, and you also give me the hours or whatever
Oh, interesting. Okay.
all the time.
So it took hours as well.
Yeah, because it's pointless.
Okay.
He's
Pointless
going
me
backwards,
saying
it's fairly
minutes.
slow, you've got to presume. Oh, interesting. Look at Phil working out. I see bits of his movement.
Just trying to think how, like...
That's
many
the signal for you
kilometres it
to
takes?
come
Yeah,
up with an answer, Phil.
Yeah.
Is it me going first?
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to. Do you want Jim to go
I
first?
thought you was going first.
Oh,
You-
I thought
you
you
won.
wanted the privilege.
Come on, guys. This is dead air.
This is-
Oh, is it me? Is it me going first? Okay. Oh, fucking hell. I was waiting for you to go first.
I know you were.
Okay, right, let's go.
I've cleverly cottoned onto your ways of working, young Reynolds.
Come on, feeling.
So how many kilometres, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Time
well, I'm
to
not going to. You almost got me to tell you the answer.
Yes. How many was it
How
again?
many was
Oh,
it?
yeah.
It was
60 kilometres.
60, 60, yeah. And how long has it taken him? Oh, look at him. Constantly on a bike.
2 hours.
Okay.
Wow, that is quite some speedy backwards cycling, playing the violin.
Jimmy?
I'm going to go 100 kilometres, just because it makes it easy to do the maths in
Okay.
between.
Yep.
And I'm going to say that took him 14 hours.
Okay.
14 hours, man.
I don't know.
Phil got it bang on in K,
60 kilometres.
60K, but he did it in 5 hours.
Ah, well, so it's a win for him.
It wasn't close enough to the 5 hours to get the bonus, but you get the.
He gets the point.
You get the point.
Well played, sir. 60
Right.
kilometres backwards is quite impressive.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty good. So number 2, what was the most ever amount of snails on somebody's face? And you get a bonus point again
Oh my
if you
God.
give me the person
names.
or the person Finn Kaya is age as well. If you get a bonus point for the age of the
Well, of
person.
the person who's got the snails on his face.
Yes.
All right.
How many snails and the age of the person?
All right, it's a 68-year-old, and he's got 121 snails on him.
So is he laying down with them on, or are they stuck to his face?
Just give me a
I
number,
don't know,
Reynolds.
mate.
I've
So
just
did you
plucked-
say 68,
I said he's 68 and
128?
121
He's
snails.
laying down. We could have loads of them. We could line them up.
I mean,
I reckon. Well, 128. That is a lot.
21.
121.
Yeah,
That is a lot.
it is a lot, isn't it? But I'm assuming they're little snails.
No, yeah, they
Maybe
could
they're
be.
big.
Could be,
snails.
yeah, it could be African. Giant African snails.
African
Yeah.
snails.
But no,
No, they wouldn't be. They'd be
wouldn't-
small ones. I'm going to go 150. I'm gonna think
more.
it's someone young. I'm going to go 27.
Well, there was 43 snails.
Okay,
so I'm
So it's
closer
quite
to
low,
that.
so you get the point for that. And it was
Jim
an
does.
11-year-old boy. Yeah, so I think if you'd have gone...
My first instinct was to go young, but then I suddenly
Yeah.
thought, is he young or old? I was like, I'll go old.
I think if the cut-off would have been
Kids are
about
weird.
19,
Yeah.
maybe a bit younger, 17. For
the wild snail.
For the point for that. So you're still winning 2-0, Phil. So.
No, you got
well,
Jim won that one.
Right,
Jim won that
what is the largest...
Literally, cares not a jot about the scores.
No.
We're the only two to give a shit about this.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What's the largest collection of sick bags ever?
Simple as that.
That's it.
Well, by one person.
By Nick Vermullen.
Sick bags.
Yes.
Are they full? Or
Well, if it's
That'd be-
after a trip to
I'd
the
love
pub,
it. I'd love them to be
37.
full, but no, they're actually empty.
Oh.
In fact, they,
it's basically just got-
they should have been provided some of these for
Yeah.
the memories that we talked about.
Absolutely,
this
yeah.
is fucking stupid. It's-
Well, whereas the snail on the face is completely
no, but this is.
Feels that
I
that's
mean,
perfectly
You
acceptable.
think back over the last few weeks, mate,
Sick
we've
bags.
done some odd stuff.
So some bloke
This
was
is just a collection, isn't it? It's like some people collected badges, some collect pencils. This guy collected sick bags. Maybe it was from flights he went on. Who knows?
I tell you what, Claire, I was in a podcast.
I tell you what, bloody ridiculous it was. I was about sick bags. Last one I was doing with the bloody idiots.
Hey, give me some more sensible
700.
snails on the face.
700.
700 straight away.
700,
I'm gonna go
okay.
huge amount.
Okay.
Over the thousands. 1,500. And I think it's more than that.
Ooh, Jim's back in the game. It was actually
He's winning.
6,000.
Honestly, you don't get this kind of shit with the Premier League referees, do you? Well, he's back in here. I'm winning 2-1 here.
6,060, yeah. So 2-1 to Phil still, but it's making it.
It's 2-1 to me.
You didn't get the first one, right?
Jim won the last
the
one.
last two.
And that one as well.
Did you get the last one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, what did you go? Did you go low on the last one? Oh, fair enough.
lower
But
than
so much. Yeah, you see
Yeah.
how much I'm paying attention. Right.
We've got this.
What was the
We'll
largest
carry this through.
ever Smurf meeting? How many?
All right, now that's a ridiculous question. Largest ever Smurf. So people dressed as Smurfs.
Yes, in Swansea University.
Oh, hello.
Students.
Bloody students. Of course it is. Stop wasting my time and get a degree. 422.
422. Phil, what do you reckon?
Oh, that's a good number, actually.
It's a great number, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm really proud of that one. Out of all the guesses I've had, I'm probably most proud
That's
of
the
that
one. That's the one you're going to go home and tell Jen about.
That's the one I'm going to
Yeah.
die on a hill for.
I'm going to go low.
Wake up the kids when you get home.
I'm going low.
From a deep sleep.
I'm going 398.
Oh, hello, he's gone close to me.
Oh, Phil, you should have gone higher.
Oh,
He gave it a good number.
2,510
I said it so
students
confidently,
dressed
didn't I?
as Smurfs.
Wow,
So there you go. Right.
Fucking losers in Swansea, eh?
Wow. So it's 3-1 then. 3-1 to Jimmy. Okay. 2 questions left.
2?
Yeah.
Get a draw here.
I know.
No, there's always got to be a winner anyway.
Well, to be
regardless.
fair, I could make it close. I could have given him the bonus, but
Too
no.
low. Tough.
Oh, fair enough. Right. What's the most amount of eggs crushed by a head?
By a head.
By a
In a
head.
certain amount of time, or just an
Doesn't
ongoing?
say no. Just I think one big hit because that's.
Oh, it's
I
one-
guess
one
because
smasher roll.
it
Okay.
doesn't give a time scale.
So it's not like
just gives a number.
So
it's a big old headbutt.
It's just
I guess unless he does loads and he just runs out of like steam or
we just think pile of heads and smacks them.
Possibly, yeah.
could be that, or it could be he must be doing consecutive ones.
Let me go first.
I would suggest, Phil, as with all of these, we're just plucking numbers out of the air.
I love the fact of
don't know,
It looks like he's concentrating, but
don't know
really,
times
we haven't
and
got the
that, no?
faintest
no
idea.
times, just numbers.
Right, so the fact that you don't know if it's individually or bang doesn't make you say not that many, no.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking as well. I'm led that way by this clever deviant. So what are you thinking?
24.
Straight in.
24. Okay.
Oh, okay, I'm going to go for 26.
Jimmy gets it. It's 80 eggs.
Oh,
So I'm guessing he must have actually done it in a line.
like a hen
So
peck.
till
But
he
there
ran
must be
out
the
of steam.
time limit because you could carry on for a past. I could do 80 eggs.
Don't know. Well, maybe it was. Maybe it was one hit then. Maybe it was one hit. Right.
So this one's worth 4 points.
If Jim wants to go there, if Jim wants to risk it for a biscuit, as
Do
they
I want to
say.
risk it for a biscuit? I mean, it matters a lot to me. So what is it at the minute? 4-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4-1. So this is worth 4, is it? So
Yeah.
there's still a
Could be 8-1.
jeopardy.
Could be 5-4,
Could be
8-1.
8-1, or I could lose.
I
5-4.
like this one. This next one.
Oh well, in that case, I've got to go for 4 points. It's got to be a 4-point game, isn't it?
It's not stupid. It's not really.
Anyway,
stupid
it doesn't
as
matter.
such,
It's 2 all to Dale anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
This is
Phil's
the-
back in it.
Ding dong,
He's
ding dong.
drawing 3-3,
Yes.
6-7, 2-9.
That's the
Go
one.
on, make it worth 4 points.
Right.
Dale, to hell with it.
What is or was the longest ever ear hair?
Oh, in centimetres.
Centimeters, yeah.
Longest ever single
Oh,
ear.
so that could be internal as well,
yeah,
though,
sort of
couldn't it?
twirled round like an
Yeah.
ingrowing hair that's then pulled out. Oh, because that could triple what I was originally going to say.
Yeah, that could be.
I reckon. Oh, it's made me think now.
They're
'Cause whatever
both
I do-
doing action.
Whatever I do,
actions.
you're just going to go a centimetre longer, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to go 31 centimetres.
31
Oh, it's
centimetres.
definitely more than that.
Okay.
I'll do a bit fair. I'm going to go 45, though.
45. 13.2.
Ah,
Jimmy,
8-1,
anyway.
baby.
Damn it.
And that's-
8-1, comprehensive.
That, my friends, is a roundup of the weird records and news.
Beautiful. Great stuff. Unlucky, Phil. Great
Okay,
game. Great game.
Morning Blankers, 18th of March. Actually, I think it's afternoon. It's just gone 12, so my mistake. Did a podcast last night. That was a good one, as I thought we would be. We had a guest on, so that'll be coming out in a few weeks. So, keep your ears out for that one. Took some sourdough bread in for the boys. Forgot to do. I don't eat butter on mine, so I forgot to take any butter in from. So I think it was a bit dry for them, but I think they liked it. They said it was good, but note for next time, maybe take some butter for them. Like I say, I don't eat butter, so I didn't think of them. Very selfish of me. Take care. Bye.
Right, fellas, we're going to talk TV from 2009, and there was some good stuff out there. I'm going to start you with some less good stuff, however, though. Total Wipeout begins on BBC One.
I love Total
We
Wipeout.
mentioned that, didn't we? I think it was
quite
like 2 or 3 episodes ago.
Yeah,
It was like, it was just lunacy, wasn't it? Just
Yeah, it's
Argentinian
wasn't it?
craziness. Like, how many different ways can you break your neck?
Yeah.
jumping over big red balls.
Watching like someone with boxing gloves or a machine with boxing
Yeah,
gloves
just
knock you off
punching the bejesus out of someone. It's great fun. Always wanted to go on it.
Yeah,
Ever know anyone that did?
No, but it's the sort of thing that I'd love them to set up. I know it's not climate.
Yeah,
like,
I know what you mean. Like because they've got all those ones in like water parks, now, haven't they, where you can go over assault courses and stuff. But
that'd be good.
Being punched in the nuts
yeah,
as well.
and it's kind of like, but again, it's
boxing
something
glove
you can
would
watch with
make
all like the family. It's like
it's always
not-
funny just watching anyone go arse over tip.
slapstick.
I always
It's not-
used to like replay about 10 times and like, someone getting hit. Then
and it
Always
was
good
always attracts sort of like people that just knob off in the biggest.
Yeah, it was
and
that-
you
it was
kind
that
of want
first
you
bit,
want
wasn't
them
it?
to.
Yeah.
and they always do that introduction thing, don't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Hi
I'm
guys,
the best.
I'm
Yeah.
going to do this for you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch me go. I can't be stopped 3 seconds later.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Turns out I'm shit.
Yeah, you're right, they do
But I
that,
had a
like-
lovely trip out to Argentina on the on the BBC. So
Yeah,
thanks.
but I do that shitty like radio DJ voice.
It
don't
was
they?
100%,
Hi,
wasn't it?
guys.
It's like, oh my god, I'm going to do this for like
Yeah.
everyone I know. Woo, go me! Punched in the knob. Lovely. I had a couple of other little ones that I'd like to mention. Horrible Histories. Started.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I've got
And
that.
I love
Horrible,
horrible
yeah.
histories. Obviously, it's helpful when you've got kids and stuff, but it's just
Yeah,
really
still,
clever.
There's some
and
good
it's-
sketches, just general sketches in there anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
It's
the
a
fact
shame.
they carried on, they did however many series of it, then a film, and then they went into like Yonderland and Ghosts, which is their current thing as well.
Okay. Is that kid based yonder then?
Yonderland, it was based in, it was a Sky One production. They
okay.
went there because they were sort of giving them a chance. But yeah,
okay.
it's a good one. It's got like a little bit of mix of puppets.
I haven't watched
and-
that Ghost. People talk about it. Is
Ghost
that any
is
good?
brilliant. Really, really
They've
good.
done an American version of it, haven't they?
Yes, don't watch that. But they've just commissioned another 2 series of it again.
I think I tried one. I couldn't get into it, but I hear a lot of good things about
it's
it.
really, really
so I don't
good.
know if I
Yeah,
just
give it a
need
go.
to persevere with it a little
Give
bit.
it a go. It's
Like
really
Breaking
clever.
Bad, you mean?
Yeah, maybe, but yeah, I
Slightly less
Breaking
heroin.
Ghosts.
Yeah.
Breaking
In
Ghosts.
Ghosts, yeah. It's really, really good. And I very much enjoyed the Forerunner, Horrible Histories. What else have you got, fellas? Let's go. Richie D, what you got?
Again, I'll go a little bit sort of silly and like the Legend of Dick and Dom. It's just the fact of it says the legend.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with that?
A lot of people are incorrectly
Well, it's
called
debatable.
legends,
Like say,
but-
you're pro legend. Other people might not think they are legend, but yeah, I suppose
100%.
anyone
Let's
that
have that
shouts,
debate.
"Well,
Let's have that debate.
Well, I was going to say, Dick and Dom were on the bill at a local, or a Butlins, like 90s weekend that
okay.
previous guest Gav from Oasis just played at.
Oh, really? Oh,
And
okay.
Dick and Dom were on the bill, so they're
there you go.
still putting in the
Legends.
punters. Legends, exactly.
That'd
So,
be great. I'd love them to sort of be the front men for
Can you imagine
Oasis
that? That'd be great, wouldn't it? Just rather than Mad
instead
Frog,
of
just bogies.
bogies, yeah, or like or like a famous line in like the chorus. What could they?
We'll have to see if we can, get some form of punning in there.
Cigarettes and bogies.
That works on every level. What else you got, D?
I got. How big is your cock with the Bee Gees? No,
I don't remember that. Was that on Channel 4?
No, oh, Pointless.
Pointless, yeah.
I love Pointless.
That is great. It's a great old show. And what's his face has just stepped down, hasn't he? From
Andrew.
Richard
Oh, Richard Osman.
Osman.
Yes.
And now they've got sort of individual or new guest.
I guess.
Is it?
Nice.
I saw it with Steve. What's his name?
Steve Mangan?
Yeah. I thought he was. Is he not the new one? Then
No,
they
no,
change
they've
it all
got
the time.
one every
okay.
week, every episode.
I thought it was just
okay.
the new one.
Yeah, great show.
This is bizarre. Just because of the name, it just sounds a bit sort of dated. Actually, Tough Guy or Chicken. It's just like it's just so dated. And it's 5 men were taken all over. I think like on an island to do like these tough challenges to prove
That sounds like a BBC Three thing. I
think
seem
it
to remember
was, yeah.
that.
Like it just sounds like an outdated concept now, like Tough Guy or Chicken. There's like
Tough guy or chicken.
Yeah,
It's,
it's like,
it could well have
you- I
like
don't
Ross,
think you
Ross
could-
Kemp doing the voiceover or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Danny Dyer. Tough guy or
that'd be
chicken.
You're tough guy, you chicken.
You
Like,
absolute what you melt.
Or
Tough
Ray,
guy or
Ray
melt.
Winston.
I've just got
Tough guy
tough
or chicken.
You chicken. Yeah, so pretty poor. He's not my cup of tea, but he got a road show out. That's Michael McIntyre. Russell Howard's Good News. I quite liked it. It was like
Yeah, he's still
easy,
plodding
wasn't it?
along, isn't he, as well?
Yeah,
Cracking on
I
and
like
that's
Russell
right.
Howard. Not laugh out loud, but I just say I like him, and it's quite. I like
Yeah.
the stuff he does. It's just I don't find it gut burstingly.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I
But
just,
he's found a niche, hasn't he? He's rocking along.
I've got another couple of really good ones, but I'll let you guys mix it up.
Let's have Mr. Reynolds then. What have you found in TV land, Phil?
I got Modern Family started 2009.
Yeah, that was
Love
that was good.
Is that still going? I know there's loads of them,
It
but
finished after about 10, 11 series. It came to a natural end. It was
yeah, I
good.
started to watch it.
Good.
First couple were good. It just went on a bit. Parks and Recreation. Now that is
Now
good.
that I love.
Yeah, that is great. Parks and Recreation.
Yeah,
so
that's
that
good.
started.
Show.
Very good.
That is brilliant. Eastbound and Down.
Oh, man.
So it's like these American comedies were
I
just
love
churning
that.
out,
Yeah.
weren't
They
they?
had a conveyor belt,
That was
didn't
brilliant,
they?
Eastbound and Down.
Yeah, that was
I love
funny, that, isn't it?
Guest spots from like Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
As like a Ric Flair character.
Yeah, he was like
Ashley
a car showroom salesman
It's
or
like
something,
Ashley
wasn't it?
Chambers or something like that.
Yeah.
Showroom. Yeah, BMW.
Really glossy.
I always love that.
Stuff,
Always love like
Yeah,
one of the beginning episodes when he goes to stay with that family.
Yeah.
And they got the two kids, and one of the girls called Rose, and they say that she's called Rose after Titanic.
Yeah.
And the kid was like a big fat kid. He goes, "What's his name? Shrek."
Yeah, it's proper. Yeah, it's proper.
Highly inappropriate.
Oh, yeah, mate, it's loads of that stuff in there. It's not appropriate, but yeah, it's really good just because he's a great character.
Yeah.
Yes.
He makes it, and he's like all. He's like that. Say like he's not even an anti-hero, but it was. I don't know. It's debatable, but
it's good. It's a really,
it's
really
good.
good.
Yeah, I do
good
like
series
it.
though.
Misfits. It's a great little British thing. That was I love that. That was when that
that's
first
good,
came out.
yeah.
It was something completely different, actually.
Yeah. All in
Like
boiler
all
suits on
superhero. Yeah, they were all like what do you call it?
the key art of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but they were doing community service,
Community
weren't they?
service,
So they were all
that's
like
it.
criminals, and
That's
then
it.
they get hit by lightning or something, and they get some superheroes
That's
powers,
the
don't
one.
they? Things
Yeah,
like that. It was good. That was good. Went on for a few series. Drifted off a bit towards the end, but it was something different for the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I found something I'm not really a fan of. Miranda. But that was, just not my cup of tea, but
really got into it. But
yeah.
and probably this is the show that started it all off. Really, Jersey Shore. And then obviously that started off.
Geordie
That was the
Shore.
first of all, Geordie
Really?
Shores and all that.
So
So
yeah.
Geordie's just been cancelled, this year, which is
Is it really?
not
Oh,
before
okay.
time.
Wow,
to be honest
that's
with
So
you.
yeah,
Wow,
I
isn't
think,
it?
I'm
24
guessing.
series.
I think Jersey Shore was the original one,
Yes,
wasn't
it
it?
was, yeah, it was an MTV thing.
Yeah, I never watched them ones, but obviously it kicked off with Geordie. Then it kicked off all the Geordie Shore and then everything else, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. They've all made quite a lot of cheddar out of
And the
that.
Beast was the other one. Again, it's not. I don't think I've never seen him. But it was Patrick Swayze's last thing. It was a TV show.
Oh, right.
He
I
worked-
thought
he
you
worked
meant like
on-
the Beast from
The Chase.
The Chase, yeah, because
Yeah.
that's
No, well, that
was.
was the Chase is another thing I've got as well for that year.
Yeah, I love the chase. It's
Yeah,
great.
I've got
Still
a couple
going.
more, but I'll let you guys go on.
Jimmy, what you got, man?
So
quite a
True
lot.
Bloods, I've got on Channel 4 was this year, and then another one on Channel 4 which I adored was Phone Shop.
Yeah, I've got that. I think it's really underrated.
Really
was that one?
underrated.
Sitcom in a phone shop.
So it was a sitcom, based on the high street. So they're all like kind of competing with each other, and the phone shop is the pinnacle of where you want to be.
I don't think I've seen that.
Honestly, it's so
great.
good.
It's really good.
Really, really underrated. It's
like
very
two
good.
or-
Was it a comedy thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, be
it's
on like more
it's-
full.
You know Jay's dad from The Inbetweeners, that guy. He wrote the series stuff. It's really, really good. It's worth checking out just for the very first episode about the owl.
Yes,
Which
I remember.
is great. It's
I remember
crazy.
talking to him. He came in and did a gig at our place.
All right.
Yeah, and he was looking to get into stand up, and he was okay, but he was just like, I think he is more a
Suited
writer.
to write,
So,
write funny stuff, and he really did write some good ones. That was
yeah, he's a nice
superb.
guy though.
Loved it. Shooting Stars came back after 7 years.
Yeah, I remember it
this
coming
year.
back, actually.
Did another couple of series, and it was a
one
bit.
of them, yeah,
maybe
they never
should have
never is the
left it.
same. Yeah,
And in
Is
the
that
same
when
way,
they had who was not? You weren't Geordie Dawes, was he? It was
Andreas
Joseph
Epstein.
yeah. Was it him? Is that when it? Or was that before?
Joseph Stalin out of nowhere just casually drops it. Yeah, the guy.
yeah.
the-
Angelus
Epithemo.
yeah, that's the one.
yeah. It was.
I almost
it
said Epi Poo Poo.
Epi Poo Poo. It didn't quite work. But what did that also came back after 10 years away was Red Dwarf, and that came back with a bit of a bang, and then went on to do some more.
Yeah,
they did a feature length one that they thought was going to wrap it all up, and it was so well received they carried on and did some more.
Oh, okay.
It's good.
Oh,
I
wow.
really like Red Dwarf.
Oh no.
But that's about all I've got, unless you have some more.
Yeah, Psychoville. That was.
That's what I had. Yeah,
from the League of Gentlemen.
Yeah. So
yeah.
that was
And you
good.
did one of them, didn't they? Or was there two of them?
I can't remember.
It was odd,
Yeah,
wasn't
right,
it? That
no,
was
no,
really odd. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
again, very horror based, isn't it?
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
But they're very good. Not as good as League of Gentlemen, but it was good.
Whereas their Inside Number 9 is fantastic.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
it's
it was kind of saying between,
I
wasn't
was
it?
going to say it was sort of that.
I think it was a bit too dark. This was.
Yeah.
Got the other thing, Piers Morgan life stories. I'm not a fan of Piers Morgan, but I like his show. I like his interviews.
So is this with other celebs, or is this the one when he went to like prisons and interviewed?
No, it's like
the
no,
lifers?
it's not that.
Okay.
It's just him interviewing celebs, and he kind of catches them a bit off guard, and they kind of open up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then other times he kind of like dissects them a little bit, and they fall into his trap. Then they quite like him, but he's still like he's got that clever journalist way about him.
There was a really awkward one he'd done, though, wasn't there? I can't remember who it was with.
Oh, Ian Huntley.
I
Was it
can't
also
remember.
Joseph Stalin?
There was one. It was really awkward. I think he was like
most.
threatening to walk out. I can't remember who it was, but it
Probably.
was
I
quite
wouldn't be surprised.
cringeworthy. You know, it's
Yeah, he's a bit. I'm not a massive fan of him.
No.
He
He'd labour a point a bit too much, I think.
yeah, he
on
comes
some,
off
just
like
to try
he likes the smell of his own farts.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
sort
very
of look.
much so.
But hey, I don't know him, but it's just what I think. The other a cracking little show I love. You guys will obviously know about is Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom.
that's what I had as well.
Yeah.
I did write that down.
Yeah. I had that.
Given I had like
I
a
think it's
1-year-old at
great.
that point, it was amazing.
Yeah, kids
brilliant.
love that.
We were
so,
mentioning it's
Funny.
over dinner a couple of nights ago at my table.
Is that
It's
not
like,
on no more?
No, they still repeat it. I think on Channel 5, don't it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
kids
little
used to love
thing,
it, Ben, innit?
Nanny Plum and
the wise old elf.
Yeah, and the
Oh.
banter they have, and it's
Man
like,
alive, were they ever going to get it on those
yeah,
two?
exactly. Yeah, a lot of sexual chemistry. So
Damn.
silly
But
old
yeah.
elf, back to yourself.
Silly old elf, back to yourself. Oh, it was a great show. I watched many hours of that.
Yes.
That saw me through some tough times. Like,
this-
it's the only thing that would get the kid to sleep. Go on,
Yeah, I would
watch.
love Ben and Holly. Yeah, it's
Ben and
underrated. I much prefer it to Peppa Pig. For me,
yeah.
it knocks Peppa Pig out of the park.
Oh,
Yeah.
Peppa Pig
Blue
is
one.
like the equivalent to like Starbucks, and this is like a really sort of quality little niche coffee place. that you
High-end
find.
artisan shit.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
So I
Quite
feel-
agree. Yeah. Anything more from you, Mr.
No, the
Reynolds?
two I had were Ben and Holly's and Psychoville.
No, I'll go.
Very different sides of the same coin. I feel there. Yeah.
It's exactly why I left them.
I
Like
have, I have one more thing to mention.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I might even stand for this one.
Yeah.
Fern Britton quit this morning in 2009.
Did she?
God bless her.
Is this after the whole bra situation?
And all those
She
that
couldn't handle
sailed in her.
Bra or brass?
the bra in a.
No, that was Judy Finnegan.
Who did you say?
Fern Britton.
Oh, right, yeah. I'm
Lovely
mixed up.
fur.
Yeah.
Why did she quit?
She had enough of Phil's shit.
Did she?
I don't know. I can't quote that 100% as factual.
Speaking of Phil shit,
That's a bit later, that
What's
was.
he done in the studio?
he did the Cube. I really like the Cube.
He did do the
Yes.
cube, yeah, really hyped
What,
up
this year?
throwing a
Yeah, this
ball
year.
into a bucket.
Yeah, I like the cube. It's good,
Yeah.
actually.
No, it's.
really deal with the stress?
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
It's
It was
really
like ridiculously
stupid,
stuff, but
yeah.
it was like done in that high intensity, wasn't
Yeah,
it? That
absolutely.
gotta-
You have to
The
go into this
cube.
cube. It's only glass.
Yeah, exactly,
It's,
yeah.
it's see-through. It's all right. I'm not
I know.
panicking. Can you walk along this line on the floor?
Yeah, it's the,
Yeah, probably.
it's the power of music, the
Yeah.
power of intensity, the power of, like you say, you take it all away.
Power of
It's-
love.
Power of love. The power of Schofield.
That's the power of...
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it
it's
was a
all-
ridiculous show in reality when you sum it all up. But, what a way to spend an hour.
Yeah,
Good fun.
I'd easily watch it.
Very much so. Well, it turns out there was quite a lot of good shit on telly, wasn't there?
Evening Blankers. It's the 24th of March. 24th of March. Friday. Gonna pop out to the Crafty Cask. Shout out to the Crafty Cask. Meeting Del and Jim, actually. And I think that one of our special guests is playing up there this evening. Kate West, if you remember her. She's up there playing, so we're going to go and show our support as well as have a few beers. So, should be a good evening. Yeah. Let you know what happens. Take care. Have a good one. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Shall we see what films held for us?
Yeah.
Oh, exciting.
I don't think it's going to be.
Well, we'll
One,
make
I
a
don't think there was much. And two, I've got a feeling we might have a little Miss Sunshine moment this year.
Oh, they
Okay.
didn't re-release it, did they? Yeah. We all went that one again. That was really good. All right, let's go for it then. Reynolds, you've got the
Okay, so there wasn't. This was not a good year. I didn't think.
Spit it out, son.
not a good
Spit
year.
it
So
out.
my
It was a
three-
great year.
I didn't get a chance to watch it actually. I really wanted to, but I'm gonna go. I watched a bit of it, and actually Andrew spoke about it a bit earlier. The start of it was Inglorious Bastards.
Yep.
You remember that one? Cheeky.
The
That's-
beginning scene is brilliant,
it's
and that's all I got to watch actually.
To be
Because
fair,
I
that's all
can't
you need,
remember
though.
much more of the film. I remember thinking
there's
it was
some great
okay, but
Yeah.
I don't remember loving it when
It's
I
the whole
watched
Brad
it
Pitt
before.
thing, isn't it? You
Brad
owe
Pitt.
me
Yeah,
Nazis,
it's
dead Nazis.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
all
know.
I'm dealing with.
I kind of like the over the topness of it.
He was really over
I wanted to watch
No,
it
no,
again because I wanted to see if I would like it, but I didn't get a chance. I just can't remember it being that
a
good.
bit-
But to be fair, out of all the other films, I thought I'm going to put it number 3. So
But it's Christoph Waltz, isn't it?
yeah, that
Yeah,
beginning
it's
scene is
Yeah.
is
So
brilliant. That
tense.
is
A bit
really
with the
good.
milk.
Scary. Yeah,
It's like, yeah.
absolutely. It's just like, I know that you're lying to me, but I'm going to let
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
hang
it's so
it.
good.
like, yeah.
So clever.
It
So
is.
good.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, that was my number 3. My number 2
Yes.
is probably I don't know a film you've seen that, but this is brilliant. I really recommend.
Is it going to be a Norwegian vice?
Well, you're not. It's a foreign
Vampire
film.
film.
It's similar. It's an Argentinian film.
All right.
Oh, okay.
And it's called The Secret in Their Eyes, and it is. Honestly, it's an amazing film.
Okay.
It really is. It's basically a. So it's a retired loyal counsellor writes a novel in present day about a cold case for closure of an unsolved homicide
Right.
back in the day, and also his love for his boss. So it
So
flicks.
it's a love letter. mixed
So
with
it's a really it's a mystery, crime, drama, romance film. If you was going to put it like that,
Okay.
so it's about.
It covers all the genres.
I know, but it's honestly, it's such a good film. So it starts off
If it was a musical,
in modern day, and it's like I say, he's writing a novel.
Yeah.
He goes back to visit his boss, and they talk about this case they'd never solved.
Right.
About 24, 25 years earlier, and so then it keeps flashing back and forth
Yeah.
to these two time periods. And it's basically this woman gets raped and murdered, and they try and find this killer. They think they find him. The husband of the killer's like waiting at a train station. Basically the whole film is about obsession. It's
Yeah.
obsession to find this killer, obsession to fall in love. So it's all based on that. And it's such a brilliant film. I don't really want to give the ending away. I did make an American remake a bit later
It will
on,
never be
but
as
it
good
wasn't
though,
as
right?
good. It had
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman, Julia Roberts in it. I did
Hang
watch
on.
that one as
know,
well.
yeah.
I mean,
I know.
Jim's in.
It's okay, but it's not the old. It's not as bad as
watch the Argentinian.
Old Boy remake,
Yeah.
but the Argentinian version is brilliant, and it's got one of. Well, it is, I think, the best. You know, everyone talks about the Goodfellas single take where they follow him through the kitchen.
Yeah.
This
Eclipse.
blows it out of the water, and it's a swooping shot from over a football stadium. I think it's River Plate, and it goes. This helicopter swoops down, so this camera swoops down. You watch this. It looks like a real match the way it's done, and it just floats through the stadium, and it goes into the stadium, and you're in the stadium onto the person, and you just think, how the fuck have they done that? It doesn't cut
one
shot
shot,
one,
yeah.
and then after this minute, it goes into the stadium. All the crowd are going back and forth, and then you've got a 5-minute chase scene after that, and it's all one take, and it is honestly, if you watch it, even if you just watch that scene on YouTube,
You almost want to watch the making of the film.
yeah,
to see how
well,
they've
you
done
do.
this.
Well, I did watch that on
really?
YouTube. I was like, I've got to see how they did that, and it's brilliant. But it's honestly, it's a brilliant film. I think it did win Best Foreign Film, the Oscars and that. So I think it's the only second Argentinian film to do it. It's a brilliant film, really good, and the ending is again. Don't give it away, but it's a really good ending. So I'd recommend Secret in Their Eyes. It's really good.
Is it on the platforms? I think I've asked you.
I think it might have been on Netflix. Yeah, I don't know if it still is, but
Right.
yeah, definitely worth
If you
a
want
watch.
to find it, you can find it.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's great.
Oh, nice.
So what keeps it off the top spot then?
This is why I think we're all going number one. Is Up.
Yeah.
Course it is.
I watched
exactly.
it. I watched it last night. Fucking hell, I love this film.
He's so
Yeah,
good.
he's
Isn't he?
great.
It's even better than when I remember it. It's got everything. It makes you cry.
Oh.
It's got comedy.
Jesus.
It's actually funnier than I remember it being. I didn't think
Yeah.
it was that funny. I actually thought it was more heartfelt, which it is more than it is comedy. But actually, the comedy side of it is
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah.
so good
The
as
old
well.
guy, Carl Fredrickson, he's so well played.
It's just
He
brilliant.
plays it.
You got. I
And the
mean,
fact
you've
that
got.
he's just like constantly knocking this poor little adventure scout
And the
kid.
voices are
No.
voices are brilliant.
So
like
good.
the dog
Dog,
is the,
yeah.
the
Doug
voice
the
of
dog,
Doug
yeah.
is
He's
It's
the
brilliant.
director, isn't he?
but it's
Yeah.
brilliant. It's
Yeah.
like it's to a T. And then you got the other dogs who've got that
Yeah.
voice thing, and they've
Hello,
got that
Master.
really
yeah,
this Doberman with the squeaky voice,
squeaky voice,
and then
yeah.
they squirrel,
Yeah,
just like, squirrel,
Squirrel.
point. And you're just like it's so
just so-
I sympathise with Doug. He has the same attention span as myself. Squirrel.
but it's
Squirrel,
brilliant,
squirrel.
isn't it?
Yeah, as we said it, Dell was outside having a look around.
Yeah.
It's just
Squirrel.
squirrels, you say?
But you just got that.
The
montage bit
I
at the
cry
beginning is
every time.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's so dark for
It's
a
beautiful, yeah.
kids film, really.
They do it in such a nice
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Nice, but the music
whole
and the
look
music
through the
is
light.
awesome. It's
don't-
such a good bit of music
Yeah.
that plays throughout the thing. But that montage scene is absolutely amazing. It always gets you. I heard a thing that apparently in the storyboard sessions, people were actually crying whilst doing the storyboards.
Wow,
Watching back the storyboards, the staff were actually
Yeah.
crying during
really?
that sessions. It was so
ridiculous, that.
But it's such a it's that bit of it, and then you got the bit where obviously I'm a sucker for. I think I'm a bit of a sucker for this. Looking back at it, it reminds me of a bit like It's a Wonderful Life,
Yeah.
of this person wanting to get out and explore the world,
Yeah, chasing
but
dreams,
life's
isn't it? It's all
life's
chasing
holding him
dreams.
back,
sure, yeah.
and it's a bit like this montage. They're trying to go to this, do their dreams, and they're saving that
Paradise
pot.
Falls,
They've got this pot, and then their tire bursts, so they smash the pot. Life gets in the way of your dreams, doesn't it? And you do it, but. And the bit that gets me the most is when he just sits down, he's towards the end, and he sits in the chair after the lost the house, and he goes through the book, and he never goes past this bit. I think it says something about things I wanted to do in her adventure book, and he's obviously never looked past this bit, and then he notices her photo.
That's right.
And then he flicks it over, and it's got obviously all the bits that they lived after her getting married to him, and so she. Although he thinks Paradise Falls was always the dream she wanted, actually she lived out her dreams that she wanted. It's just honestly,
Stop it! I'm welling up.
it's
now.
fucking amazing.
No, it's-
and the house becomes a character. This is the other thing I've never really picked up on. The house becomes her, really. Because he keeps talking to the house where she's hanging on the wall. He's like, Ellie.
Ellie.
And then obviously they lose the house.
Yes.
But then the last scene you ever see is the house on top of Paradise Falls. So she actually gets to
That's where
be.
she wants to be.
Yes.
So you actually think that the house becomes her in a way.
Yeah,
It
it's
represents
beautiful,
her.
yeah.
But it's
Yeah. It's so
the
good.
best Pixar.
It's even the silly little thing where if you don't really pick up on it until you watch it 2 or 3 times, but all the way through the film, like his beard is slowly getting longer. It's
Yeah.
it's
Is
the
it?
attention
Yeah.
to detail
Yeah,
all the
big
way
time.
through it. It's really silly.
And then you got the story of Russell as well, and he hasn't really got a family. And at the end, he turns up to get his badge and that. I was thinking, is it? It was that or Toy Story 3. I was thinking, as an individual film, it's up because Toy Story 3 is just the end of a story,
it follows
which
two
ends
great
perfectly,
films.
which doesn't end, though, unfortunately, because I do Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
But that as a film, I could watch that film if I wanted a cheering up. I think it's that I just put on up, and that would be.
Whereas
Oh, yeah.
I don't think the kids like it as much because it's
No,
not
they
quite
don't.
for
Yeah.
them. There's more poignancy
of course it
in
is.
this.
Yeah, I think they'll appreciate when they get older.
Yeah, it's the same.
But I watched it with Ashton the other day, and he was. I mean, that's what made me laugh. The funny bits
you're
because
right, you
the
did
bits
say.
with the dog and all that. He was laughing his head off, and I was.
Yeah.
So it has got bits for kids,
Bits in
but
there,
I think they missed the other bits. That obviously,
Yeah, I think
it's
so.
kind of an
Until
adult kid film.
Until you
isn't it?
grow up yourself,
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
get it, do you? But
Even like
it's
the
awesome.
even the bad guy in it, it's sort of like great, and he's sinister and all
Yeah,
that,
that's Christopher Plummer, isn't it? I think,
Yes,
isn't it?
Christopher,
yeah.
Yeah,
just
but
the whole-
it's
It's just so good.
Yeah,
It
it's
is,
great.
and it's such a bizarre film. I remember it coming out, and I didn't think much of. Well, I didn't really want to see it. It just sounded stupid. A house with floating balloons. I thought, what the fuck's this about? And then, but just Pixar do what they do, don't they? They just
It
find
was,
these
just, it was the end of that
obscure
run as
things.
well.
Yeah,
It was great films, wasn't it?
it was.
just-
It's unbelievable. I can't see them beating that as death.
I don't think they have.
No,
Yeah, absolutely.
no. It's awesome. Yeah. So up. Yep. My number one.
Brilliant.
Splendid stuff. That's a varied 3, 2, 1. Del,
Well,
how about yours?
Phil's had my number 3.
Has he?
He's had my number 1.
The little bit.
And
What
he
was your
also
number?
had my cherry.
Oh,
But, no, but my number 2 he hasn't got. I watched it the other day. It's dark as hell, but it's a brilliant film. One of the best British films. Again, it's up there with it. It's Harry Brown.
I was going to say,
it's really, like I say, it's really dark. Some great performances from like Michael Caine, obviously, but like a Plan B.
it was
Ben
really
Drew.
bizarre, isn't it? Yeah, Ben Drew.
Plays a scary bad guy.
Yeah.
Like it's really real, and like it's one of almost the best sort of British bad guy performances. It's that real.
really good.
It's scary, and I actually when I was watching it, I was actually sort of. If I was living in that type of environment, I would be fucking scared shitless watching
not
that film.
going anywhere, yeah.
it's kind of similar to Stephen Gray. I mean, This Is England, wasn't it? That kind of. I always kind of saw it as that, as in the back, like where it's so real.
Yeah,
where it's like that
really
kind of-
scary. And even the police, is it Emily Watson? I can't remember who's the policewoman.
I think he is. Yeah, I think you're
It's
right.
Emily Watson, and I can't remember the name of the other policeman in it. But it's all great performances, and it's topped on with Michael Caine, and he makes it believable that a pensioner, because he's an ex sort of Marine.
Yeah, could
so it all
take
makes
them on.
sense,
Yeah.
but it's all like pieced in, and it's it's sad. It's sad. It's just like I found it compelling, scary, and brilliant at the same time, and that's my number 2. So over to you,
shout.
Jimmy.
Well, Inglourious Basterds and Harry Brown very much make my honourable mentions, but they don't make the 3. So Up is quite clearly far and away the greatest film that's ever been made this year. So that is my number 1.
Brilliant.
So we've all gone. We've got another Little Miss Sunshine.
Little
I did think we would have this year.
But when it's a film that good, I don't care.
Yeah, no,
I
it was.
don't
Yeah, it
care.
was good.
It's too good. My number 2. Slightly different approach. I went with The Hangover because
Oh, really?
why would you not? I mean, it's just a lovely buddy movie.
No, I had
set
that as an
against
honourable mention.
Stupid puerilness.
Yeah, I don't. And I remember watching it a couple of years ago, and I like it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's of a time.
Yeah,
But I just, it's debauchery, violence, sex, drugs. There's a tiger. There's Mike Tyson. There's a naked Chinese man in the boot of a car. Gangsters. What more do you really want?
What's the song he plays? It's the Tiger's Dreaming or something.
What do tigers dream of
That's it.
when they go
Yeah.
for a tiger snooze?
I do like it. And it's the best one. I mean, 2 and 3 are rubbish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this one was good. I remember
that.
liking it. I think just coming off the back of Superbad and Step Brothers and that,
Yeah.
it was
all
it was a
followed
jump down, and I was just like,
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
it's very quotable in the same way that they are, but it's just, it's mainly, so the 4 work really well together, but it's Zach Galifianakis' character,
yeah,
Alan,
yeah.
that's obviously
Yeah,
the
it's
one that
brilliant,
makes
yeah.
the whole thing. So it's like, one of his quotes was, I wrote it down, so they're off to Vegas, aren't they, obviously, to find their buddy on the stag.
Yeah.
He goes, counting cards isn't illegal, it's frowned upon. Like masturbating on an airplane. What? That's illegal too. Well, maybe after 9/11 when everyone got so sensitive. Thanks a lot, Bin Laden. Oh, come on. It's just, it's crass and it's silly and it's very, very...
and you got all the photos
says-
at the end as
yeah,
well. Yeah,
That's some of the best bit, isn't it? You just go through it all.
He-
So-
yeah.
You get to see the night because obviously they've forgotten it, but you get to see it through the photos. And
Yeah.
Well, he just plays that unlikable sort of idiot
Yeah,
kind of, but you
100%
kind of
just-
like him at the same. You shouldn't like him, but you
That's
do.
exactly
and
it, yeah.
Even on like,
he's kind of the odd one out in that as well, isn't he? Like, he's kind of
'cause he's
seen
the
as
brother of
he's like the one just brought along,
Yeah,
kind of thing,
and then
isn't
he gets them all on roofies and stuff, doesn't he?
Yes.
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Man? It's a really silly film, but it makes me laugh an awful
Yes,
lot.
no, I don't know.
And then my number
film.
3, because I'm working backwards in a weird way, I was torn. There's a few films of a similar ilk that I like: Role Models, Zombieland,
Yeah.
and 500 Days of Summer, which
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah,
in
definitely,
equal measure.
I'd thought that was a close one to me for Days Summer.
But in the end, I went with I Love You Man. which
I love that,
really
yeah.
like. So it's Jason Segel and Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
And it's another little buddy movie. And the supporting cast is really good. So like John Favreau, Jamie Presley, Andy Samberg's in it, Rashida Jones. There's lots of it.
Even Lou Ferrigno turns up.
He does, the Incredible Hulk, the original
yeah.
Incredible Hulk. Absolutely, he puts a guy to sleep.
Yeah,
for
that's
it.
it, yeah.
And it's just, it's all about the bromance, isn't it? Bro Montana, Bros of Goebbels. Bros of Stalin. They mentioned Bros of Stalin, I think.
Slapping the bass.
And the final thing, slapping the bass. What more do you want from a film?
Yeah, that is
it's just
great,
a guy playing air bass up high.
He's just awkward, isn't he? And it's just, but he kind of...
it's like, he hasn't got any friends and he's realising he's going to get married and he hasn't got anyone that he can share his day with on the same sex. And
he plays it well because he's so likeable, Paul Rudd, in everything he does, that it should be hard for... for you to be like, well, hang on a minute,
how is this guy not got friends?
But he plays it well enough you can actually go, oh yeah, it's totally clear why you haven't got any friends, and it's decent. I like it.
Makes me laugh a lot, but that's it.
There's the Zombieland one as well with the
Woody Harrelson.
Bill Murray,
Tends to be a zombie.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson. Yeah, again, he's brilliant. They all are. Yeah,
I watched a little bit of it the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, this is actually really good.
Yeah, that could have gone in for me actually.
But yeah, anything along those lines. There was lots of similar things, but they didn't quite make it. So yeah, I Love You Man was my number 3. How about honourable mentions from you two, gents? What didn't quite make it?
Avatar was big. It was the biggest film ever, isn't it? But I was never a fan of it.
I've only just watched it this year.
I don't care for it at all.
I like it.
It's very long.
I don't care for it. So I can't even bother to watch the second one.
No, it doesn't interest me.
Watchmen, that was good. Watchmen's a good film.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it was quite dark, and a dark little superhero film. Completely different at the time of what was coming out, so that was good. The Lovely Bones.
Oh yeah.
That's quite dark.
Very dark.
Yeah, that was. And to get dark as well, the Human Centipede.
You can't get darker than that.
Yeah, so I've never seen it. I don't want to, but
no interest in that whatsoever.
And the only other film I really had completely different was The Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I remember liking that.
I've always
that was a good film. Now I remember
for the first time,
being surprised, actually thinking, actually, this is not a bad film.
Yeah, it was never going to be up. For
but it was because of the title. I was, what the fuck is this? But I was actually quite surprised by it and quite liked it. I remember.
Just out of interest, what was it? But you both had 500 Days of Summer. Was it?
So this was one that just
what
missed
was
out.
What was that? Just out of because
so it's Zoe Deschanel and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He just basically falls in love with.
Okay,
it's
nice.
But it's kind of
a great soundtrack.
It's a very indie romance. It's not like a rom-com. It is, but it's not a typical rom-com. It's quite subtle, isn't it? And indie. It's got great soundtrack, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, fair play.
Worth a watch. It's a good film.
I had this was quite close actually before sort of Inglorious come up, but I actually watched Year One. I remember watching it the first time round and like not being bothered by it. It's Jack Black and Michael. Is it Cera? That's it. And it's just there's some really good gags in it, and it's just Jack Black being Jack Black, and it's just and it's Michael.
Man. So is he a caveman?
The caveman, and he's thrown in. There's a bit of Cain and Abel in there. You've got David Cross in there. You've got Harold Ramis directs it. I think he writes it as well. He's also in it. It must have been one of his last films type thing. But it's just silliness and funny. There's obviously Vinnie Jones is in it, but he just plays your typical like Roman guard. So. What's that mean?
So how was it not number one?
It's got
exactly.
Everything in it.
So, but apart from that, there's a couple of films. I just remember it being like the year of the drama.
Yeah.
There was. Apart from Hatchie, I quite like. It's Richard Gere, friend of the show.
Friend of the pod.
It's a true story based on a dog that was basically. I won't say too much, but it's quite a nice little story. But it's not your typical sort of. Well, I suppose it is your typical dog story.
Is it the true story of that news story you sent earlier where he's shagging the dog?
Yes, that is right. Yeah, he moves on from gone from hamsters into dogs. So.
He's really stepped up in the world.
Stepped up. But
Speaking of dogs, Marley and Me was out this year, I think, as well.
I did last year, but
I
yeah,
did
sort
the year
of.
before.
Yes,
UK release.
I think I did as my number. Yeah, but yeah, like you say, it could be all over. But yeah, the year of the drama. So he had like Crazy Heart.
Yeah.
So I don't know so much. I say, was it Perfect Getaway? Maybe Precious. Sorry, no, Precious. Had Invictus as well. One of the films I wanted to watch again because I loved it at the time, and that could have made my top three actually, is Looking for Eric. It's when the guy's got Eric Cantona as his...
He's like a postman, isn't he, or something?
Yeah, he's
like
a postman, but he's got Eric Cantona as his imaginary friend.
Yeah.
And I think his son's involved in drugs and all different things, but he talks like Eric Cantona guides him.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's a good film.
Fish Tank, heavy on the drama, but a good little film. But again, it was all drama based for me. A couple of the other films, and the Gruffalo.
Oh, lovely stuff.
That was the first one that really come out with
James
Julia Donaldson's. But yeah, James Corden.
What, the film?
Like the animated,
like the animation.
They did it
But
by
it's
Christmas. They do it
class.
by Christmas
I know,
every
was
BBC.
Yeah, it was, mate.
Yeah, I remember doing the Gruffalo. All of those Julia Donaldson books for the kids.
Yeah, I remember the books, but I don't remember the programme. I would have said that was like about 2014 or something.
Wow, time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it?
Is that the soloist Moon?
Yeah, I had that Moon. Yeah, I remember seeing Moon. I can't remember.
I thought you might have brought it up, Phil. Is a serious man? If that's
Coen Brothers, wasn't it? Yeah.
There was Men Who Stare at Goats as well, which I think I remember. Men Who Stare at Goats.
Oh yeah, I have seen that. George Clooney and that. Yeah, they're all in the arm, in the navy.
Stoned off their faces.
Yeah,
I
remember watching that film. It's quite good.
It's really bizarre. There's a couple of weird ones out. There's like Bronson as well with Tom Hardy.
Yeah. That's like the English version of Chopper, in it.
Yes, exactly that. And then like In the Loop, I think, was released as well. Which is the
is it the soloist or something like that with Robert Downey Jr. and Jamie Foxx? I've seen it.
That sounds familiar.
What?
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx is he plays a homeless guy, and that's all I can remember.
So
what's it called?
Go and watch it. It's
Is it Soloist or something like that?
Does he play piano then?
It might be something like that.
He does play the piano, doesn't he? I think in real life, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so, mate. Yeah. Otherwise, them lessons for Ray.
Well, we've just made up. Otherwise, we've just made up a film.
Yeah,
I think we could be pitching this if it's not actually true.
Homeless guy plays the piano. Robert Downey Jr., Jamie Foxx.
Oh my God, I'd watch that.
Coming out 2024.
We're going to need some time to work up the script. I gave us a bit more time.
Yeah.
You got to knock it up in 6 months. Splendid stuff. Well, that turns out there were some half decent films out after all.
But Up without,
Oh,
superb, isn't it?
Superb.
Yeah,
It is a great film.
Absolute tour de force. Well done, Pixar, again. Right, rumbling on, gentlemen, rumbling along, and we move to music from 2009. Richard Dello.
Hello.
Hello. Have you got a 3, 2, 1 for us?
I have, and it's number 3. I'll go straight into is The Enemy. I forgot to write down the album.
The album name.
You'll be able to help me out, Jimmy.
You vamp and I'll find it out.
I'll go on with the songs. Elephant Song, No Time for Tears, Last Goodbye, Be Somebody, Keep Losing, Silver Spoon, and A Nation of Checkout Girls. Some of the songs on there. Again, just sort of like lively. Again, I just The Enemy has started to grow on me,
Music
actually.
for the People, I think it was called.
Music for the People, that's very cool. It's not hyphen, as I've left it here.
Just dash.
Yeah, no, dash, that's it. Yeah, so again, very upbeat. We talked about before with the previous
their debut
year,
album
maybe, or the
was
one
good,
the year
wasn't it?
before
Yeah,
that.
2007.
So, yeah, you know what you're getting with them. Number 2 is a band, I don't know if you remember too much about them or heard about them, American band called Hockey.
Yes.
Their album, Mind Chaos. It's a really good album, actually. It could have been my number 1, actually.
Never heard of them. Hockey.
Yeah,
I remember
Hockey. So
you might
kind
know
of
like
music are they?
one track. I think they would have played them at the Brush, to be fair.
yeah, so they're like American indie, but they're kind of they're upbeat. Some of their lyrics are a bit strange, but the music gets them out of jail. So some of the things I'm like, I question a bit, and then I'm like, fuck it, the music's just really good. So, but their album was called Mind Chaos, and the main song that you may know is the one called Song Away. But I heard this
Song Away.
On was it football?
I don't know if I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, on Soccer AM, I remember hearing like a song away. I'm like, oh, who's this? And then I remember getting the old Shazam out and all this. And then I got the album, and they got Too Fake, 3 AM, Spanish, Learn to Lose, Work, Curse This City, I Want to Be Black, and Preacher. And it's just, like I say, it's a really cracking album. I love this. Could have been my number one, but it isn't. And it is knocked off, it's not knocking off the top spot. It would have knocked off the top spot had it not been for Florence and the Machine with Lungs, and obviously Dog Days Are Over, I'm Not Calling You a Liar, How, Kiss with a Fist, Between Two Lungs, which I absolutely love, Cosmic Love, I think it is, and My Boy Builds Coffins, which is a bizarre song. But again, with the other one, when she talks about the girl with one eye, and there's some really great lyrics, but it's just a fantastic album. Totally different to what was around at the time.
That's exactly what and they're also my number one as well. Which I really like, and I've written exactly that. It sounded very different to what was out at the time.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think we saw that. I think I've seen them, but I'd like to see her again, because
she's just like a force of nature. She's properly
really
sort of stuff.
and she's got some great
breaking limbs where she's too energetic.
So it goes proper makes us proper great stage presence and stuff. They've got some other good albums. I don't think they never quite matched this album.
This is the one, because she didn't know what her sound
was
for a while, and she tried doing country and she tried doing stuff with Johnny Burrell from Razor Light, and then she went, no, I'll do stuff with my mate. Wrote a load of stuff, and then sort of got more and more people in to form the Machine, which is the bands like with the harpists. It's not many bands that have got a harpist.
No, exactly, yeah. It's a full-on sort of... but
and then they took on that Candy Staton song, You've Got the Love, didn't they?
Yes,
and made it
their own as well, which is hard to do, isn't it, sometimes?
Yeah, it's just really raw. I really liked it.
But again, going forward, they've got some great songs on other albums and that, like Shake It Off and...
But you mentioned the big ones like Kiss with a Fist.
Kiss with a Fist,
Rabbit Heart, Dog Days Are Over.
Rabbit Heart,
There's so many on there. It's a really good album.
Brilliant album. But that's for me, guys.
Nice.
Good work with the number. It's your number one as well.
It's definitely my number one. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, nice.
Shall I? Oh, in fact, I'm going to jump in there and just do my 2 and 3 then as I'm here.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you might have these down. My number 3, I could have had 2 or 3. I think the Lily Allen album and Mumford & Sons just miss out. But I went with LaRue.
Oh, okay.
By LaRue.
We like Bulletproof.
With exactly that, with Bulletproof. So it was a bit of UK pop synth splendor.
I like that song, yeah.
I listened to that song for maybe like a week on solid repeat. It was just, I just really, really liked it. And do you know who the lead singer is, the daughter of?
Danny LaRue.
If I mean, because that would be fucking amazing, Dale. So Ellie is the daughter of the actress from The Bill that played June Ackland.
Oh, really?
The desk sergeant.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, cool. I thought he was going to say Reg.
Culture, if only it was, imagine. But yeah, they had Bulletproof was their big one, but they had In for the Kill.
In for the Kill.
That's the other one, isn't it?
Quicksand, you might know. I'm Not Your Toy. There was quite a few songs on there, but because her voice was, I think she had like a soprano kind of range, she was really high pitched. So the album's a bit of a tough listen if you don't like that sort of level of.
I always thought she was like French or something. I didn't know.
No. She's from just outside of, not Hammersmith, someone like that.
She lives outside the Apollo.
She lives outside the Apollo. Yeah, she lives under a bridge on the M4. But yeah, it was a good album, but doesn't quite hit the heights of Florence for me. But number 2, I think you might have mentioned The Biff in a previous episode. Was it 2007? Was it Puzzle?
Puzzle, yeah.
Yeah, so this is their next album, their 5th, Only Revolutions.
That's the big one.
That's my number 2, which is a bit more commercially successful and a bit heavier in terms of riffs. But they had like Bubbles, Mountains, and Many of Horror was probably the big one that couldn't crack them through. But there was like Born on a Horse, The Captain,
Yeah,
Know
I
Your
love The
Quarry.
Captain, yeah.
There's loads of stuff on there when you think about it. It's like, yeah, and they just start getting big names that played with them. So Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age plays on Bubbles, and it just misses out on number one, but Florence made it for me. Mm-hmm. Cool. What about you, Reynolds?
Yeah, we're all similar. So I've got Florence at 3.
Oh, okay, nice.
Cool.
So, yeah, again, it was really good.
Sexist.
It was different.
Yeah, it is.
My 2 and 1 was very close.
Put a woman at number 1.
My 2 and 1 was very close, and actually my 2, when I saw it, I thought, well, that'd be my number 1. But then when I listened to it, just
Not as good as you thought it
just
was.
the fillers.
Okay.
The singles, which you've just mentioned, are all good, but the fillers were just short. And he's Biffy with Only Revolutions, number 2.
Okay.
Like, it's good. The songs are great.
Yeah.
Captain,
There's maybe
that
6
Golden
that are
Rule,
really
fucking
good.
great songs.
And
But
then
it's just them
between.
fillers
Yeah,
are just
I
a little bit weak. Whereas with Puzzle, the fillers were, as an album, I thought was a bit stronger.
As a whole.
Because I remember loving Only Revolutions, but that was their breakthrough album.
Yeah.
But when I've re-listened to it, I don't know, just about 3 or 4 songs, which
Just miss. Yeah. So what does hit number 1?
So it's Sigh No More by Mumford & Sons.
You went for that?
Yeah, I think I thought you mentioned it earlier. Yeah, I was listening. I remember liking it at the time. I was starting to get into this folk kind of music anyway at this time.
Yeah, you've
and it's
mentioned
come
a few
along at
through
that
the years,
time.
haven't you? Yeah.
It kind of mixed that folk and pop together, and just and like. Yeah, I don't know, it just come along at the right time, and I was like, yeah, I like this. It had like heart to it. It was really good, and I've listened to it again. It still holds up. It's a really good album. You have to be in the mood for it. It's kind of like a running, walking, kind of being a chilled out mood, but it's good. Yeah, it's a good album. So I went with that. Yeah, that was my 3, 2, 1.
Nice.
Solid. So how about things that just missed out? Richie, have you got anything that stands out?
Another Star Sailor. I think you get. I think it's All the Plans. That's the album. Boy in Waiting, the title song, All the Plans, Neon Sky. You get what you deserve. It's really good. I like. It's a really chilled out album. But again, there's some sort of like. It's not. They're a weird band because I sometimes think they're quite somber, but they're not actually that somber really when you think of it. And they've got some nice little songs. Every album has got a good couple of songs, and that's why Ian Brown with My Way, a big fan of Ian Brown for the Roses. I like some of his solo stuff, but there's always like about 2 or 3 off an album. There's never like. I think there's one of his albums I really like.
Yeah,
but
it's never a 7 or 8 tracker, is he?
No, not really. And this way, his album was My Way. There's
songs when he covered all the Frank Sinatra stuff.
Exactly,
the big band swings.
all off key. And,
I'd love to have seen that.
Yeah, the musicians were great, but his singing was fucking abysmal.
What in my way?
Oh, that's Hit
Wow.
We'll be releasing now.
Let's like start a Roses / Ian Brown tribute.
Yes, please.
I've been lazy here. I've left off the N on his name. I've called him
That's all right,
Ian Bro.
Ian Brow.
You didn't put the album down the last band, so.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So
He's slipping towards the end of the decade. He's slipping.
But yeah, one of the songs, Glory, is really good. Marathon Man, that's pretty good. Maccabees, Wall of Arms was a good album. Reverend and the Makers, French Kiss in the Chaos. I don't know. I think I was going to ask you about this, Jim, because I can't remember this band that well, but I think it was a good album. Bombay Bicycle Club.
Oh yeah, I remember a bit
I
of
Had the
Bombay.
Blues. I'm not too sure about the dates on this, but One Night Only, Start a Fire. I think I'm not too sure if it's this year or the one before. So yeah, there you go. But I remember you getting me into One Night Only.
Yeah, I liked One Night Only.
So that was good. So some
I
good
didn't
songs.
have them down, so I hope I haven't missed them because I did remember them.
Jamie T had another album
I was going to
out.
say Kings and Queens was a
Yeah, I
really
think
good one.
the song that stands out for me on that album is Sticks and Stones. I really
Sticks
like
and
that.
Stones, yeah, really good tune.
Did they
Really
break
good
his
tune.
bones?
Well,
That was his whole thing. Yeah,
listen to it.
Exactly. I had Mumford & Sons down as an honourable. I also had Lily Allen, which I've mentioned a second.
Yeah, I like that album.
And the XX that quite liked.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
It came out about that
that's-
time, didn't it?
A bit of,
Yeah.
yeah.
The Lily Allen one was like, there's a lot of like sexual references
Yes,
to like,
very
men
much
not
so.
performing, and that's kind of
Yeah,
like,
fuck
oh wow,
you
it's
and
like,
a couple of other things, wasn't it? It's,
like
very,
her
very
sort of-
naughty
her
lady.
jagged little pills type,
It's exactly what
but
it is. Yeah, it's her Alanis.
bit more
moment, isn't
spite
it?
on there, I think.
Yeah, a little bit of
Yeah.
vitriol. Them Crooked Vultures came out this year as well. You know, the mega band that was all about them. And then C6 Steve, I quite liked.
Oh
Yeah, yeah,
His
like
little, 3-string nonsense. Yeah, really good. Anything more from you, Reynolds?
The only thing I mentioned them a while ago was Phoenix.
Oh,
Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix, their second album. That's really good. I listened to that again. Actually, I've started to get into them. Yeah, as I say, I recommend them. They're good. But yeah, that was all I really had. I didn't have much more than that.
That's because you didn't have time, did you?
No, I just
second kid.
yeah,
Too
probably. I
busy
don't
watching,
know.
Ben and
I remember
Holly's-
really being into.
yeah.
I remember really being into the Biffy album that year.
Yeah.
I remember. I think it must have been the year later I saw them, but yeah,
Yeah, good live bands to see.
yeah, they were actually. They were good.
Very powerful.
But yeah, that's all I have really.
Splendid.
Remember that film Wolf of Wall Street, Matthew McConaughey. It's like that, and I'm just doing a little warm up before. Shh. Phil's audio diary.
Right, chaps, for the last time this decade, should we take a little dip into the letters and emails?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what the listeners have got for us. Straight away, Sophie Sausage asks us, can you tell me something about yourself that may surprise us? Simple as that. Nothing weird. She just wants to know something that would surprise us. Phil, you are the master of surprise.
I have 3 feet.
2 on the end of his legs and 1 in his
Free-footed Phil.
skidoo-doos.
Something about myself that might surprise.
you.
Oh, I don't fucking know.
You're a director extraordinaire.
Yeah, when you go with that.
It's pretty surprising.
What's this?
You're a director extraordinaire, award winner. Oh, look at him, just so modest. Doesn't even want to talk about his achievements.
I don't know. What have
Just
Go to Dell. Go to Dell.
Go still. I'll think of something. I mean, I can't think of anything myself. This is really quite surprising.
Yeah.
There are 3 people
Put us on the spot,
that
eh?
talk for hours. Can't think of anything to bloody say. Del, anything surprising about you?
Well, yeah, every morning I get up and I meditate. There you go.
Is that right? Can you imagine how frantic he'd be?
How
if
long
he
do
did?
you meditate for?
About 6 months, maybe.
No, I mean
Every
no.
morning?
I was gonna say, yeah, I mean in the
Oh,
morning.
no, I thought you meant like meditate. Yeah, no, I'm still
That's a
doing
bloody
it
long
now. mate. I'm
time.
still doing it now, yeah.
He's been super chilled all day.
So anything from sort of 15 minutes, 10 minutes to.
And what does that
40 minutes.
consist of? What do you actually meditate?
You follow instructions from a guided meditation.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
a guy that I follow. He's Dr. Joe Dispenza, and you can do anything.
It's like Dr. Joe Dispenza.
It's a proper guy. It's not made
They
up.
just made it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything from that to the guided meditations. You get your pineal gland from anything for just breathing. So you can do you can go into it as deep or as just for things to take your mind off. So there you go. Bit of a
Blimey.
sensible one.
I can't believe he's turned into a fucking hippie.
I know. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, so you get up. Is that the first thing you do?
Yeah. I've been doing.
You get up. What? Sit on the floor, legs crossed.
No,
legs akimbo.
I just sit up in bed and do it, and it's just like that's like I find days when I don't do it, I do actually.
Do you
feel
notice
like,
it?
Yeah, I do notice it. Yeah. So
They have the kids coming in and just like, Dad, you know.
They've come in before. I go, what are you doing? And it is a bit annoying in between it. And I was saying to Barry the other day, like, especially if you do a guided meditation through YouTube and you get like some fucking advert pop up, it's like about meditation, about which is annoying. Have you tried meditation? Have you tried relaxing?
So was it an app?
You can get apps, you can do that, but I just follow the ones off YouTube. There's ones.
So, and are you just sitting up, like eyes closed?
Yeah, eyes closed, breathing. Yeah.
You really want to picture him naked in
yeah.
bed, just sitting there cross-legged with
There
his...
you go. Yeah, that's
my secret. That could be my secret.
There it is. Yeah, that won't surprise you. You think about Del every morning.
Yeah.
Oh, now I know, man. Now I know.
Yeah, I think.
Butt naked.
Yeah, there's that. Then
Massage.
have you thought of your one, mate? The only other one I had was the children's book author.
Yeah, I was going to say, a published author as well.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I've mastered
streams.
sour bread making.
Oh, really?
Sourdough bread.
Sourdough bread.
Got yourself a little starter and
nice.
everything.
I fucking mastered it now.
Bring some
Smashed
in for the
it.
next
Yeah,
pod.
I was thinking about that. I made some the
Love
other
about
night, and I was like, I'll do
Yeah,
it.
there you go. Wow.
Sourdough
That's
bread. I've
impressive.
mastered it.
What about you, Jimmy?
Crikey.
You like a bit of cooking, don't you?
I do enjoy a little bit of cooking. I am, but I'm like a one-hit wonder. I'll do something once.
Right.
It normally goes all right, and then I'll never make it again in case
You
it
can
goes to
make
shit
the world's
next
best
time.
brownies, and then you'll be like,
Do you know what I've done? Yeah, many a
Daddy,
dessert.
please make them lovely brownies. Go, fuck you.
What happens if they go wrong, darling? No, I can't risk that. A blot up my copybook. That and, apart from my letter of handwriting commendation,
Yeah,
Sarah
massively,
Green,
yeah.
I'm a big
You get into
jealous of
like
that.
calligraphy, Jim.
I'm jealous of that.
I think it's still even at my mother's place. Yeah.
You get into calligraphy.
Maybe I should. I could be coining it in from the
Exactly.
wedding
Get your old quill.
wedding invitations. Yeah, get my quill out.
Quill out.
We'll see what happens.
I said quilt. And
Oh, sorry,
you didn't pick up.
my
That's
quill's
very
out.
big duvet.
I'm going to have a lovely snooze and then crack straight on with my calligraphy. And there you go. Some weird and unexpected things about us. Back to the weird stuff. Here we go. The viewers, listeners haven't let us down. Phil Latio from Happy Valley says, Phil, in the voice of David Attenborough, how would you best describe the game of badminton to an alien? Now, so many things to unpick there, Phil.
I know. So am I commentating again?
So because David Attenborough is presumably a well-respected and authoritative thing, he's the right person to tell the aliens about the game of badminton. Why they want to know about it, that's a question for another time. Maybe he writes back in for the next series. But Phil, master mimic.
So am I commentating or am I just explaining the
You're
game?
explaining the game of badminton
In the voice of David
to an
Attenborough.
alien,
So-
but in David Attenborough's voice. Here
So
it comes.
there's two humans
Yeah.
standing either side of a
Shall
net.
I be the alien?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, two humans standing either side of a net, suspended about 6 foot. Each human has a racket, and they hit a called a shuttlecock. It's a feathered.
This fucking alien. There you go, yeah.
Triangle shaped,
If I was an alien, I'd fucking
Object.
lazy you.
and they hit the thing back and forth without it hitting the floor. A lot of sweat, lots of sprinting. They go in a bath after them.
Hang on a second.
yeah.
While they're at it, bruh. That is, we just asked for a game of badminton, not the soapy discharge afterwards.
You must have a
You dirty
Attenborough
boy.
in your even if it's you don't have to go through the
Attenborough.
spill of that, mate. But you must have an Attenborough in you.
Well, I mean, it's going to be tough, obviously, to write.
No, no,
Phil's
yeah, it's
story,
not-
but here we see at the local Croydon Badminton Centre, two men smashing the shit out of a shuttlecock. That's all I've got.
That's good,
It's more, it's more
Yeah,
that
you-
kind
yeah.
of dulcets.
You made it sound much simpler. You made it sound much simpler than I did.
Yeah, it was the fact that they were suspended 6 foot.
Yeah.
I was like,
No, the net
they're
was
hovering.
suspended.
Oh,
It's
I
one of
see.
them impressions that you think you should be able to
You should be able to,
nail,
but he's
it's
probably
when you
got a
start
good.
doing-
He's got a good old voice. There's a reason he's still smashing it on the tellies.
Yeah, so like
Yeah, Richie D coming in strong.
in the underground. No, it's like
It's tricky, isn't it? You think you've got it, and then
in
you
your
think,
head.
no, actually, I've over.
It's like when you think,
overcooked
yeah, I'm
it.
fucking amazing.
No, I don't think I
Turns
overcooked
out I'm not at all,
You're like,
yeah. Oh no, lads, Got another impression for you.
Oh, fucking hell, really?
Pat Eggs from Copenhagen, coming in strong. She says, can you say for me, Phil, the famous line from the Godfather film, Oi, Godfather, you got my bloody Doritos, but can you do it in a Welsh accent for me? You know the famous line.
Yeah, so
Oi,
I've got to get
Godfather,
the Welsh accent first.
got my bloody Doritos.
What's the line?
Oi, Godfather, you got my bloody Doritos, but Welsh.
There you go, Father. You got my bloody Doritos.
He's still got it, hasn't he? He's still bloody got it. It's amazing. Just one more time, just so we can...
What you got, Father? You got my bloody Doritos.
It's not bad. I mean, of all the impressions he's done, I'm going to say it's like top. It's top 10.
It's definitely.
It's top 10.
The people
which
in
is
Dublin are
disturbing.
going mad.
Oh,
They're going
no. The guys from Doritos are absolutely frigging livid, but yeah, the Welsh Tourist Board are absolutely on board. Del, you got a Welsh in you?
God. Don't know. Maybe after this impression.
If it goes well,
Yeah.
who knows?
God, yeah. Oh, Godfather.
He's a
Have
sad
you
one.
got my bloody Doritos? It goes to Indian, doesn't it?
Not bad, not bad.
It verges on
bad.
it's not bad. Yeah, not bad. Barry, you got a Welsh on you? No, who can? I'm veering well away from it, I think.
You're going to top that or top yourself?
I might tell myself. You know when you start to think, it shouldn't be difficult to do a Welsh, should it?
No.
Because you have to get into the mood, don't you? Poppity ping. Oi, Godfather, you got my bloody Doritos.
Ah,
yeah.
nailed it. Yes, Joey, yes.
Stop it, you
Yeah, they
guys.
all
Pulled it
along.
out of the bag. That
Of course he did. All right, let's do one more and then we can wrap this thing and go home and listen to Phil tell us more lines from The Godfather. Seawall Sally is going to ask our final question of the night. She says, if you were made out of Lego, what obstacles would you face on a daily basis?
Have we had this question before?
I don't think so. We've had a lot of
Made out of Lego.
Lego-based stuff. Maybe we should be sponsored by Lego.
So what was the question?
So he said, if you were made of Lego, what obstacles might you face on a daily basis? Unless you've got something, Del, you want to help him out?
I suppose the obvious thing, if you're made out of Lego, would be like people picking you apart.
You'd be like,
There is that sort of thought, yeah.
you'd be like
absolutely.
brittle bones, wouldn't you? Be like
Yeah,
worried about
pretty
falling
much.
over.
So
or
You'd
Well,
never be
a bit-
constantly 100% there.
But it might
Someone
be a
would
good
stealing
thing.
bits.
So if a part of you's going into something that you like a race car or like
Oh,
a
yeah.
ship or something, that might be all right. But if it's going into like a building
Yeah, or a
like
duck or something
duck, or
crappy,
something,
yeah.
Or just breaking you up.
breaking you up, yeah.
Not even make,
yeah.
that'd be the
imagine, yeah,
worst.
like getting
Well, you're
lost.
just one little Lego head.
Well, I
It's
don't
all
know.
lonely.
You're formed as human originally, and then
Yeah.
they just, that point where you just pull it all apart to start
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
What if like a really important bit gets stuck under the sofa or something, kicked under
Yeah,
the sofa?
like your head.
Well,
Yeah.
one of your fingers.
Yeah,
or
because
something.
them heads always roll, don't they? They always go missing
Yeah.
with the helmets on.
What if?
Yeah, they do.
You know, if you ever tread on a bit of Lego,
Ooh,
if
maybe.
you're made of Lego,
Yeah.
surely every step you're taking is by its very nature painful.
Yeah, it is.
Have I gone too massive?
Thought you
I thought he was going into the
Yeah,
police
please
song.
song. I thought you was-
Every step you take. Shit. Oh, my feet are made of Lego. the
Yeah, it would be. Well, you'd be
unreleased
walking like, where people
B-sides.
doing like on hot sand or
Yeah,
like
do that
on-
kind of tippy toes.
Or,
Yeah, it does. But when you tread on it, it does hurt, doesn't it? So
it does, yeah.
There'd be
Maybe
a
that's
lot.
the major problem.
Yeah, there'd be a
Of
lot
all the
of
things
issues.
you can tread on, where do you rate Lego as something to tread on? Like
I would say
pain
it's
wise?
the second most painful thing.
Yeah, what would you be your number one?
Upturn plug.
Oh, yeah.
Uptown Everything we made into a song. But yeah, an upturn
no.
plug, then
Uptown Plug. Oh, you
Uptown
can go Bruno Mars with that as well. Uptown Plug, no.
well, give it to me.
I'd love to hear Billy Joel's version of Upturn Plug.
It would be great. It would be exceptional. Maybe we can hope for that next year.
Yeah.
I suppose the only other thing that might be difficult is getting clothes to fit.
Yeah.
Because it's all squared off, isn't it?
Yeah.
How can
It's
you
getting
get a
what?
nice pair of clothes to fit you if you're all made of Lego?
It's cute.
All right.
Going into them accents again.
Just getting what?
did.
I
I'd
thought
be
he was
like,
talking
you
about, I
what?
thought he was
I'm
still
gonna
talking about
destroy
stuff to tread on. I was thinking
No,
clothes.
I'm trying to bring it back to the question.
I reckon a
Seawall
nice-
Sally wants to know.
I reckon a nice summer dress, I reckon.
Oh yeah, something a bit floaty.
A maxi
might
dress
work.
for me, I reckon.
Oh yeah,
maxi
nice.
dress, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Play
easy,
suit,
isn't it?
cricket.
Oh, easy, yeah. I think so, yeah.
With those legs, of course you would.
Now being 6 foot Lego.
Here he comes.
I
Go
want
on,
that.
Phil.
I want that on my. I don't know, on my gravestone, or something like, I don't know, or the bold says 6 foot of Lego.
Yes.
Oh no, someone like Michael Buffer introduced me into the ring.
6 foot of Lego, weighing in at just over 2.5 kilos.
Easily breakable.
Yeah.
He's missing only 6 pieces.
It's from his last
Richie Dello!
Richie 2-piece Lego.
Old four squares. Here he is. Wow, that is a lovely way to end the old viewers' questions. It's been a delight. So keep those questions coming in whilst we're planning the next series. But for now, that's the
done,
end
Jenny.
of your letters and emails.
Beautiful.
Bob's your uncle. That's it. 2009. In fact, the whole blooming decade we know and loved as the noughties is now officially put to bed.
2 decades.
I'm just looking at Phil doing imaginary gun signs.
I missed that. What happened there? Did he just go gangster?
Yeah, full on gangster.
Oh, stop it. He didn't just pull out goodbye guns.
I don't even think you realise you knew he was doing it.
That's genius. Oh, Ronald. Oh, you big tarts. just flash us the guns again for those that are looking. Oh, no, you didn't, homeboy. We'll try that one. We'll try that again.
Wow.
Oh, dear. But this time I want to see the guns.
I was going to say so. I can't remember what it was now.
Oh, I imagine it was
Stick 'em up, mister.
pretty epic. Brup. I imagine.
Hand over your wallets.
I say, this is a stick up.
Stand and deliver.